Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
A very good Tuesday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Thank you to everyone for listening live on EdmontonSportsTalk.com, on TuneIn, on iHeartRadio. Watch it on YouTube or listening on podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Tommy, Maddie with you here on the Hangout today. Jasmine in studio as well today with, does that say Dream?
Yeah.
Dream, what's on the side?
I don't even know. Just some year.
August 26th.
Oh man, what's the? Does it say like what's the year on that?
What is this? 8/28, 1993.
18. I was wondering if maybe it's like the start of the Knicks or something.
No, but it has like a whole like message on the back. It's very churchy.
We will talk some basketball today. We will talk some Knicks. We will get there because big win yesterday for the Knicks. Also joining us from Gallo LLP, Chartered Accountants, we got Preet Sandhu. I get that right?
Close, yeah. Preet Sandhu, yeah. Close enough. I'll give you 7 out of 10.
How about Preet's t-shirt?
I'll take that one.
Thank you.
Preet's
Yeah,
got the great T-shirt today.
yeah. I had to bring that out. Just as the late great Kobe said, job's not finished. So
Yeah,
Well, I like that.
Thank you for saying that. And I know we're all excited, but I was thinking all morning. I'm like, job's not finished. It's great.
It's not, but it feels like the Oilers are in the conference finals.
Yeah, I guess
That's part of it, right? And it's enjoy the moment while you can, because once conference finals comes,
Stress begins again.
stress begins again.
yeah,
That's where I feel like it is. Like the Jets or the Stars, I don't know where you guys come out. And I don't want to fully jump far ahead towards that, but how they match up against the Oilers. Like that, I don't think anyone's right now sitting here saying Oilers are going into a series like that overwhelming favorites.
yeah.
But, so enjoy this while you can right now. That's why I think it's not over, but embrace this moment.
You're right.
It's 30. What's the chances now? Like I like odds. I like probabilities. So are we what's Edmonton's chance of moving on? Like 79, 80%? I don't know.
I'm trying. If I'm putting a percent on
yeah,
it,
yeah.
where would we put a percent? Like
I'm not good at math. I don't.
Yeah.
That's why I went to Gallo LLP. I would just say
if anyone
pretty
hears you do
good.
the math,
I wish I could just pull up my chat GPT right now. No, I'll get that answer by the end of this segment to let you know what our chances are, and then there's always that other side, right? Like if it's 20%, I've seen too many Oilers games to think that it's like not over till it's over.
I would say pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah,
I would want to say it's 80-85% chance right now if I had to put it on some sort of meter. Because the Oilers have to lose 3 straight.
yeah,
That's hard to see right now. When in this series, 2 out of the 4 games, the Oilers were the better team than the Golden Knights, I would say. And in one of those games where the Oilers weren't the better team, they still found a way to win the hockey game. And in the other one, it took a weird play at the very end for it not to go to overtime. The Golden Knights, when they bring their best, I just don't know if it's good enough to match the Oilers at 70%.
that's a good point. Yeah, they're not the same, Golden Knights that we played a couple of years ago. You look at their third and fourth lines, I can't even name them. I know some of the players obviously, but there's some guys like Kolasar. What line would Kolasar be on the Oilers? Would he crack our 12? I don't know.
I could see him being a bottom, fourth line guy.
Fourth line.
Yeah, he's big and he's mean.
Yeah.
And he has some skill. He started this series on the top line.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, or second line. But it was weird the way the Golden Knights were coming in. They had switched some things up and then they quickly rearranged it to get guys in the right spots.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been a good fourth liner for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
His line, William Carrier and I can't remember who the centerman was, but maybe it was Chandler Stevenson. No, it was someone else. In the Cup run, they were a very good fourth line, and they had some really big nights.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Yeah. I guess you haven't introduced yourself yet, Tom, have you?
Oh, I don't need it. I'm just kidding.
I'm just, yeah.
No, it's okay. Maddie didn't do that, so whatever.
I said Maddie and Tommy
yeah,
right
he
here
did.
at the start of the show.
Okay.
We're all good, Preet.
Did you want more?
Tommy's here. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yes. All right.
Yeah. Vegas,
Very nice of Preet.
they did lose a lot of players. Yeah, I just remember Chandler Stevenson used to be on that team, but like, did not lose another like bottom like 6 guy that was.
Well, like Marchessault went
Yeah.
to Nashville this year. They brought Riley Smith back after letting him go after the Cup run.
Yeah.
They still have good players, but like, and they're still a good team.
Yeah.
And I still would say don't get too excited because there's work left to be done,
Yeah.
like you were saying. So
Exactly.
ChatGPT says statistically, approximately 90% of teams in the position the Oilers are in go on to win the series.
Okay.
Nice.
that's pretty good.
That
They
is
even
pretty
broke
good. I'll
down the
take that.
series.
Yeah. I'll love it.
The Oilers' performance this postseason has been notable. They've demonstrated resilience, securing comeback victories in multiple games. For instance, in Game 1, they overcame a 2-0 deficit to win 4-2 with Leon Draisaitl contributing a goal and assist.
Wow.
In Game 2, they rallied from 3-1 deficit to win 5-4 in overtime with Draisaitl scoring the game winner. ChatGPT right there.
That must be the premium version right there. My ChatGPT doesn't give me all that.
It's changed. I feel like it's like everyone gets that now.
Yeah, no,
Before I once had it where when I got into a fight with ChatGPT a number of months ago, I got it to admit that it only had information from October of 2023. That was the latest date. Now all of a sudden it has like it's like searches the web and grabs.
Yeah,
things.
exactly.
Can you do it more than once though? I feel like it
Yeah.
expires. It's like no, you just had get one a day or something.
You probably have like too many then. That must be the answer to that
I don't
question.
use it on purpose because
Okay.
I feel like people start depending on it, so I purposely don't do it.
Yeah.
I think it's more like if you go and try to get like images created or songs, if you don't pay, you get only so many credits per week or day or whatever. So you can only do it like once or something in a period of time. ChatGPT asking a question, we can go all. We can just have ChatGPT as the 5th Hangout guest today.
The funniest thing, like, have you guys seen like those memes where people are saying like yes and thank you to ChatGPT because they're saying AI is going to take over in like 20 years? Have you guys?
Skynet?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Terminator reference.
I
right
don't
there.
really know Terminator that well. I just like saying Skynet.
Yeah.
People are like, yeah. It's freaky.
It's freaky.
So yeah, always say thank you to ChatGPT when you get that answer.
Don't
from
you though? Like even to Google, I'm like, hey Google, oh, it's gonna, like like hey Google, can you blah blah blah.
Hey
This-
Google, did it go
No, yeah, I did.
there?
Blah blah blah. Okay Google. Hey there.
Oh, yeah,
how
it's
can I help
okay
you today?
Google.
What's
not Hey
scary
Google.
is
Yeah.
like the robots now. You see like at MIT and like the Ivy League universities, and they create these robots and they move so realistically
Yeah.
and quickly, and you're like, oh my god, and they learn on their own, and you're like, this is freaky.
And they show like videos of like one snapping. Like,
Yeah.
have you seen that when they're like trying to hold it back?
Oh my
Like,
goodness,
yeah.
yeah, that's not good. Let's stop doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop
Yeah,
doing
let's
that.
stop doing that because we're gonna have like Age of Ultron moment where we don't have the Avengers, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, just stick to making a mammoth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, let's bring back the mammoth. They brought back the dire wolf.
Exactly.
Let's get those mammoths. Don't bring back dinosaurs. But let's bring back the mammoth. That would be cool.
This is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada's storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transitions. Canadian storage provider by Canadian. Right now, their deal's on, it's the May Mayhem. 50% off 12 weeks on all units, 75% off 8 weeks on 10 by 10 units, or 4 weeks free on selected units. So where do we want to start last night's game overall?
Rico, second shot.
You want to start there? Let's start there.
Yeah, like that was unexpected. I didn't think we had him on our batting line for a goal, let alone two.
2 of them.
Yeah.
With a very nice celly on the second one.
But that's what it is. Like start strong, score early, get the crowd going.
They did this third game, but then they lost
They
it
blew
pretty
it.
quickly.
Stu takes pressure off him.
Yeah.
It's a whole like team effort now, right?
Stu was fantastic yesterday.
Absolutely.
Through and especially it's like in the third period, there was a stretch where he had to make a lot of really big saves. Those were even more impressive to me because he didn't face a lot of shots through the first 2 periods. He made the saves, but he wasn't facing a lot, and that could sometimes get to a goalie where they finally face the shots later,
Yeah.
and they might let them in. He didn't. Although, did you guys see the stat about Game 4s?
Yeah, that's nuts.
What's this up?
He's like the 4th best goalie in Game 4s in NHL postseason history, which is such a random stat that someone looked into that.
Put it on a hockey card.
But he has like the 4th best save percentage or goals allowed average. I think it was goals allowed average
That's nuts.
in Game
yeah.
4s.
the guys are talking on the morning show, like you bring in like Pickard for like the first 3 and then bring in like Skinner for like 4 to 7. Like, wouldn't that be something?
That would be interesting.
Oh, Big Ukes updated it. It's 1.32 goals allowed average, best all time now after yesterday.
Wow.
So if you need a game 4, it's just Stu Skinner.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Okay.
Thoughts on Stu?
Very good. Great bounce back. Someone was really adamant they didn't like my take about the calamity of errors in Game 3's game-winning goal, where all 5 guys played it horribly. Stu bounced back very well. I liked it. Calm, cool, composed. Gager said it. He was quiet in his net and wasn't moving around. And so that was good. I think that did a lot to restore some faith in Stuart Skinner, and he is capable. And so, we were laughing because when Pickard went down and people were like, oh my God, Stu Skinner has to go in net. He has not had a good year. But it's like, oh wow, the Oilers have to play their number 1 now.
Yeah.
Who took them to the Cup final. So good to see him unlock that game that he has within him yesterday. So more of that, please.
Yeah.
But very, very reassuring. And if he can find a bit of a groove, then they're in a good spot. And like I said yesterday and reported, Calvin Pickard won't be back for the rest of the series. So
Wild.
if Stu can run
Yeah.
with it, go for it. That's good.
Breaking news by Tom Gazzola, by the
I
way.
had a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I had a lot of stuff. Back home skating.
Yeah.
Delia coming up. People are like, oh my God, this is the worst thing in the world. It's like, relax. Their starter will be playing the rest of the series. So, but yeah, I felt good about those.
Yeah, it's like they thought he was coming in to play
Yeah,
or something. I don't know. Like they
see
see that stuff and they panic a little bit there.
No, he's not coming in to play. The guy was like on vacation. His season ended a month ago, and he was splitting the net with Ollie Rodrigue. But Calvin's injury was to the point where they needed to get a hold of Colin Delia and be like, hey, we need another goalie. And then he came up from, I think he was on his way to Florida. And then Holtby, who we had on the pregame show yesterday from the Bakersfield Condors play-by-play team, had to courier. He said he was the VP of Courier Services for OEG. He had to bring Delia's bag up because they were worried about the border instead of shipping it up and all of that. So they sent Holtby up. Keith Gretzky took credit for doing that.
So he drove like the whole way, or
No, he had to fly, but there was a couple of stops. I think he had to go through Vancouver. And he got in the other night, and we had Holtby on the show. It was good.
Nice.
But so that's kind of where it all emanated, and they need bodies, healthy bodies, because they need to let Calvin Pickard heal up.
Do you know Pickard's injury?
I imagine it's like a knee thing or something.
Something
lower
leg or
yeah.
something, right? Yeah.
Calf or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't said anything
Yeah,
as of yet
undisclosed.
officially.
Yeah.
And they haven't even gone upper lower body.
It's obviously
I think we
lower
know
body.
lower. Yeah.
It's 100% lower body.
It's crazy that he finished that game and then like now he's out for the series, right?
He's a
Like,
warrior, Preet.
yeah.
Actually, he's a good. He's a really good dude.
Yeah.
He's a tough guy.
The question, I'm seeing it here. I'll go there a little bit right now. Aidan O'Neill, he's number 1 after last night. When Pickard's healthy, let's jump to round 1 or game 1, round 3, conference finals. The Oilers move on. Who gets the start of that series?
Game 3 or round 3?
Yeah.
If it's Stu playing well, he's Stu.
Yeah, easily.
It's pretty straightforward.
I don't think it's straightforward. Calvin Pickard didn't lose the net because of injury or because of play. He was lost it because of injury. And do you lose it because of injury? Do you not possibly go to him because he's playing well and you sit there and go, Stu's playing great. That's perfect. We're going to go give Pickard the shot because he was the guy that was winning those hockey games prior and he was playing the best.
Let's see how Stu plays in game 5
Exactly.
Yeah.
and where Pickard's health is at.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to listen to those chants and see if it gets.
Yeah,
in
I'm
his
saying
head, right?
if he's healthy. Pickard. That's
I would still say
that's
let's see
where
how
it's,
Stu handles game 5,
Yeah.
potentially 6 or 7 if it happens. Knock on wood.
oh, if there's a 7, that's
Calvin
definitely not
Pickard.
Pickard.
What level
then
of
it's
health
definitely
Calvin
Pickard.
is.
I'll tell you right now, if it's game 6 or 7, it's more likely that it's Pickard.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
because that means there's losses coming in there.
That is a good point.
Yeah, it's a big game for Stu. Like game 5, like he needs to not only just win that game, he has to win, in a way that he kind of won last game, and
Yeah.
he might still. Yeah, then I think you go back to him on game 1. You use the excuse that we don't want to rush Pickard back from injury, but that's not really the reason. You're just going with the hotter hand, and then the moment Stu's, if hopefully he doesn't falter, but if he starts to falter,
Yeah.
you bring back Pickard, right?
I'm going to counter to Matthew's point there. What if it does end up going to 7 and Stu loses a couple of 1-0s?
I'll just say that that's a very unlikely situation.
Yes.
A very unlikely situation.
But you're saying there's a chance.
There would, but I still, it's just, I don't like players losing their spots due to injury. And I would still like the other
Tom
guy.
Brady.
Okay, then he ran off to win multiple Super Bowls, and I don't think Stu Skinner's Tom Brady here.
just
And it was also his net, but it was also his net prior. Calvin Pickard hasn't lost. He is undefeated.
Whatever
this
you say,
postseason.
Matthew. Fine, whatever. You win.
Okay, what would you like to discuss on the show? Where would you like to go?
Feelings? Kidding. Just proceed.
Well, I don't know. I was just thought we'd have a discussion on this, and
okay.
So, but
Okay,
I'm
great.
gonna go and say my kind of my takeaway. Like the guy that was hearing a lot about before the game was Coach Knobloch, were blending the lines too much. Why is Perry on the fourth line now, and like why is Stetcher in Emberson? Like there was a lot of heat that he was getting. I think he showed yesterday that the decisions he made, they all came out. Like Kapanen, like the first 10 minutes, guy gets 3 hits.
He was
brought
great.
That energy like that. First 10 minutes, we'll jump into that later. But Kapanen, Stetcher, he played great. He's him and Nurse. I think you go with that pairing. Like if you could calm Nurse down a little bit, that you keep going with that that D pairing. Even though Emberson has played really well, and then just winning that game for us. Like I think Coach K gets a little bit of credit there as well.
the part of this team is like they just have so much depth going across the board.
Yeah.
It's what you want to see from a team that you're thinking is going to go win the Stanley Cup. You know, that I think then that was some of the concern I think Oilers fans would have had coming into these playoffs was that they weren't getting that depth through a large part of the season.
Right.
But then as soon as the playoffs have come, it's clicked.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, like all those additions. Besides, I would love to see Jeff Skinner get a game, but every single other addition and like re-signings like Henrique and Brown, like it's all working out in the playoffs. Maybe everyone just took a little break in the regular season and kind of saved their gas for now because we're kind of peaking at the right time.
I have a question about Jeff Skinner,
Shoot.
if I may. So on Hello Hockey last Saturday, somebody was texting in. Actually, a few people texted in. They're like, "I feel so bad for Jeff Skinner," and so I think Benny brought it up, and Belzy and I talked about it. I'm like, "Why do we feel bad for Jeff Skinner? Do we feel bad for Jeff Skinner? As like he's made $100 million. He got paid by 2 teams this year. He played a playoff game. They are winning.
Yeah.
Do we feel bad for him, really? Or am I just being way too harsh?
Yeah, I think it was just kind of like a meme, right? Like a joke. He's never played a playoff game, and then he comes in, plays one game, and then he's not playing again. Like I think that's where it's kind of he's kind of you laugh at him a little bit. Not
No.
I mean, I think that's why that you feel sorry for him. Like it's kind of like a bully move by Coach K. He's like, hey, you haven't played a game. Here's one game, and then go sit in the rafter.
Here's your carrots.
Yeah,
go away.
exactly.
He did it.
But
All
he's
right.
like, I think he'll get a chance. Like I'm hoping it's not because of injury. Like, but
I
there
think
might
it has to be though. No.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
Maddie's right.
You're probably right. Yeah.
Because, let's say things don't go well in the next few games. Do you not just revert back to the winning lineup that you had for the previous 6?
Probably.
Is that not the first option there?
Yeah.
I feel for Jeff Skinner just on a human level that you grow up wanting to be in the NHL to go win the Stanley Cup, and you don't envision going to win the Stanley Cup by sitting in the press box.
Well, playing one game.
And after playing one game,
Yeah.
that's after a whole career of 13 years or whatever,
Yes.
you finally get the one game in this. That part I do feel bad that you finally get to the playoffs. You signed in Edmonton to get to the playoffs,
Yeah. But he got
and you
there.
got the one game, and then that was it. Like so from
understand.
that part I do. I also heard that on Hello Hockey.
Yeah.
I also get your point of, well, he's made $100 million or whatever in his career.
He's lighting cigars with $100 bills.
It's
We're okay.
not every player gets to go play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he actually got one game.
He did.
So I do understand where you're coming from. To
It
be
is
like,
a bit
well,
harsh, but it's like the playoffs aren't for feelings. You're there to win.
6-2. Is that the record with him out of the lineup in the playoffs? 7-2, 6-2, 7-2, 7-2.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because they won the 7 without him,
Yeah.
and they've only lost the
Game 3 and then game 2.
yeah.
Yeah.
So those numbers speak for itself.
Yeah.
to a degree.
He's gonna be just fine. Call it a hunch.
And then the flip side to that is it's also if things go bad for the Oilers or if they need a player, whether it's injury or it's play or whatever, it's not a bad guy to throw into the lineup.
Exactly.
And it's not like his play this year was utterly dry. This isn't like Connor Brown from last year in the regular season where he didn't score a goal. Mm-hmm. Right? And then you're like, well, what's this guy going to do in the playoffs? At least Skinner at times this year did produce.
Exactly.
Did he not get a point in the first game too?
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he did.
Let me verify, but yes, I think.
What's his hindrance? Like, why does is it his defense? Is it his lack of toughness? Like, why is he not making the lineup?
Probably the defense thing.
The defense,
is
okay.
The lack of 200-foot game and
Yeah.
responsibility. I think that's probably number one. If
Makes
they
sense.
need to get him in there, like Matty said, injuries or a scenario where they need to switch up the lineup, yeah, they'd probably get him in there. But
So it's a top. He can't play in the bottom six. If he's playing, he's top six.
yeah,
or bust.
just like in the regular season when he was
Yeah.
playing on third, fourth line, it's like, okay, what do you want him to block shots and
yeah,
muck it up? Because that's not anything he's ever done before.
right.
He's a mercenary. He goes out there and he's lethal in the offensive zone. Doesn't create a lot of his own offense. He's the finisher. Kind of like Pavel Dorofeev, who had 35 this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's just
play
kind
on
of
the power
knock-on.
play.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
which we don't need. Like, we don't need someone to play on our top
Right.
power play, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody's saying, could he get his name on the cup if we're jumping that far ahead? According to a quick Google rules, players must have played at least half of the regular season games or have participated in at least one game of the Stanley Cup final, in addition to being on the roster when the team wins the Stanley Cup.
He played 72 this year. So,
So
yeah.
Jeff Skinner would make.
Yeah.
So he'll get his ring. He'll get his name on the cup.
One assist in the postseason.
Hey!
That's pre-alluded to.
So he could go, if he never plays another playoff game in his career, he could say, I was a point-a-game player in the playoffs. How many players get to go and say that one?
That's
Maybe
a great
his
point.
story. Yeah.
You know, if you want to look for the positive there, if I'm Jeff Skinner, there's a positive. I'm a point-a-game player right now in the playoffs.
Scored 300 in the NHL, made $100 million. I played one playoff game, won a Stanley Cup, got a point. Or I was a point-a-game player. Pretty
Produced
impressive.
every playoff game I ever played in.
When they had me in there, I produced. I did what I was asked to do.
Kind of like reminds me of my intramural soccer season, to be
Yes.
honest. I got subbed in. Like, I was on a team. I was on the bench. We were up probably 3-1 or something like that. I get subbed in at like the 88th minute.
Yep.
Guy passes me the ball. I run in, score. And it was like, that's it. I was like played 2 minutes of intramural soccer, U of A, got that goal, and that was it. So I kind of feel like Jeff Skinner right now.
Yes.
Your goals per 90 minutes are insane
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
A goal in 2 minutes of action. Whew.
The Carolina Hurricanes are ready to offer you an 8-year deal worth $115 million. Your advanced analytics are through the roof.
Speaking of Carolina, my boy Hall got a goal yesterday. I love
Yeah.
Hall. I don't know why.
Really?
He was like our first golden the golden era
Yeah.
hope, and then didn't really work out. But yeah, I always have a soft spot for him. I wish we got him at the trade deadline this year. But
Not
he
even
probably
in
would not be
consideration.
playing because he'd be like the same situation as Jeff Skinner because he probably can't play offense as much.
Maybe. You know what, though, Preet? When they signed Hyman, they were actually considering Hall, too.
And you know
made
what
the
the
right
funny
choice.
part is?
When they
I
signed
was
Hyman.
Yeah.
I was and this is where if you make a mistake, you admit it. Like at that time of the Hyman signing, because I knew that it was between Hall and Hyman, I was super upset. I think I went on Twitter and I was, bad mouthing the GMs. And when then Hyman gets, I think he got was it the same season he got 50 goals or was it?
No, I think that was his first 30-goal season.
Yeah, he gets 30 goals. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Delete the tweet.
Yeah, delete tweets.
It
yeah.
can't be as bad as that one Toronto person who had the tweet, which was something along the lines of,
Worst contract ever?
yeah,
Yeah. That one has not aged well at all.
27, 36, 54, 27 goals
Pretty.
for Hyman.
1 year left, I think. Or is it 2?
Is it? You're
Yeah,
right.
'cause this
We're
is
almost
his
at the
fourth
end.
year.
Well, that was the one criticism I think most Oiler fans at the time weren't saying worst contract ever, but they were saying the end of the contract might be difficult, might be tough to swallow.
He gets you 25.
2 more
to
years
35.
left.
Oh, 2 years. Okay, good.
But even then, like with what he's doing, I think he could still do 2 more years.
He's still a tank out there.
That contract actually has complete, like even the one part where I think for most people was like, yeah, it's just the term was an issue. It might not be that way.
Yeah, good point.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I was the editor in Leaf or whatever his name was. Thank you.
That one.
I let Jason the Arcadian in the nasty chat. Saved him, Jeff Skinner, for the finals. When everyone on both teams are beaten up, he'll come in fresh.
I love that. You know what, Jay? Good point.
Yeah.
He's just like, hey guys, what's up? I'm here. Everyone's so beat down. We need you. Please,
Full of energy.
All right, let's go.
Super chipper.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Everyone's just bandaging themselves up, all bruised up.
He's perfect.
Can't walk.
Exactly.
He's hopping in, just skipping in. Hey guys.
Yeah.
All right.
How are we all feeling today? Let's do a run before the game, you know?
Guys, I feel fresh. I don't know why.
Oh my god, I love that.
They just hate him looking at him. And then once he goes off, it's like a bunch of goals, bunch of assists. Everyone's praising Jeff Skinner for being the hero of the Stanley Cup.
He's like, I feel like Preet, who had that great intramurals at the U of A 25 years ago.
There you go. We'll be going for a beer after.
Yeah, he'll love that.
Talk about our careers.
Could you imagine?
He just needs a story for his grandkids, right?
Yeah.
And that would be it.
Yeah.
But ChatGPT will probably tell him, like, break it down a little bit more for him, for the kids.
Actually, you know what? I had a great conversation yesterday with Colin Chalk. Chalker is the coach of the Bakersfield Condors, and he's up here. He's working with the Black Aces, and it's a bunch of his Condors players: Derek Ryan, Jeff Skinner, Victor Arvidsson, Kasperi Kapanen when Kapanen was not in the lineup. And I was I'm like, are you working on system stuff with these guys? What are you doing? He's like, nah, they don't need to do systems. You know, if they know they're coming into the game, like Kapanen knew there was going to be lineup changes. Kapanen was coming in, and Stetcher knew he was coming in. You try to keep them sharp. So there's like little area games and battles and stuff like that. It was interesting because even though these guys are up with the team and part of the team, they're kind of on the side, right? And he's like, when the team's out of town, you don't skate them as hard. You kind of give them a bit of a reprieve. He's like, when I first came up here and started doing the playoff Black Aces work, he's like, I would work them really hard, but you find a nice balance for these guys to make sure, you know, some of them are going to get in. Injuries do happen in the playoffs, so he's like, I just try to make sure that they're sharp, they're focused, and they're quick, good pace, and that's it. And I thought that was a neat conversation because I wasn't sure. It's like, well, if you're changing the way you're attacking the Golden Knights, shouldn't the Black Aces be up to speed on all of this? He goes, well, I mean, the main coaches, the coaches of the team will take care of that. I'll just make sure these guys aren't, you know, getting fat.
So, like, they're not practicing in the same, like, at the same time as the main guys?
No.
So they're not even on the ice at the same time. I thought
Correct.
they maybe just, oh, wow.
Yeah, so they'll have essentially the game, the roster players will skate for the morning skate, and then the Black Aces, there's 7 or 8 of them or whatever, will go to the practice ice, and they'll have their own separate skate. And they don't dress in the same locker room. Black Aces have, I think they have the WHL visitors locker room or one of those auxiliary locker rooms, and they're there, but just kind of waiting in the wings, but not really, you know. I did see some Black Aces a couple playoff seasons ago at the Ice House a lot. So
That's awesome.
it like, you know, you're part of it, but like a lot of those guys is like, they know they're probably not going to see the ice the entire playoffs. So they're just there to be ready.
You're right.
Basically.
This is Hangout Headlines brought to you by The Ranch Golf and Country Club. From premier golf facilities to the corporate branded products, The Ranch, your all-in-one tournament host, proud host over 120 tournaments each year, including the EST Golf Classic presented by Play Alberta. They're here to help you execute all your tournament ideas. Book your tournament or your tee time today. Visit theranchgolf.com. Just quickly looking at Play Alberta, Connor McDavid is the favorite once again for Conn Smythe, plus 400. Mikko Rantanen, plus 450. Frederick Anderson, plus 650. Leon Draisaitl, plus 1,000. Barkov rounds out the top 5 at plus 1,400. The Edmonton Oilers, they will get the chance to close out the Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow night as they will head off to Vegas That'll be the first series. The Oilers could be the first team to punch their ticket to the conference finals. The Hurricanes won't play until Thursday. That's when they'll get the chance to clinch their spot in the conference finals. Tonight, just one game. It is Jets and Stars. It's for whatever reason, the Eastern Conference teams each got an extra extra day off. The Panthers and Leafs got 2 days off between 4 and 5. Then Hurricanes and Caps, yep, they will get an extra day off between their series game 5 because the Eastern travel is so much more difficult that they deserve this extra time off, I guess. But tomorrow you get the Leafs Oilers doubleheaders, which I'm assuming Sportsnet kind of would have really liked. I don't know. It must have been really nice to split them up.
TNT as well. I don't know.
Both of those are ESPN.
What? Yes. Oh yeah, I guess
Tomorrow
Yeah, because
at the East.
Sean McDonough on a bunch of calls.
But I
Hey.
thought it was TNT.
TNT, by the
early
way,
games.
sent their play-by-play team to Edmonton yesterday. Brendan Burke was there.
Nice.
Good. And Catherine Tappan was there.
So they're not doing it from like the studio. They got a lot of heat for that before.
Rightly so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rightly
Yeah,
so.
that's
I guess
You have the money.
they have like their own catering area at the rink.
they do.
Them and ESPN. I'm like,
Oh no, they do.
Yeah, I
it's
believe
like
you.
this full, like it's roped off, and it's just TNT staff of eating. You're like, oh, okay, cool.
Amazing.
They get their own
That's so
catered
cool.
meal. It's unbelievable. Yeah, and that is the difference between how American media treats their people and Canadian media, unfortunately, scrimps and kills radio stations across the country and TV stations. It's night and day, and it's unfortunate.
Was there like a big pot roast with a rotating pig or something like that? in the
No,
middle,
but it
and, like,
smells good when you walk by.
supermodels, handing out your food.
There's big fridges of whatever beverage Pepsi product available at the arena, and then they have just like a nice buffet, and you can see the catering staff going back and forth, getting it all ready. It's
Oh, before you jump in,
Yeah.
by the way, Tommy will be at Hudson's White Ave tomorrow
Yes.
for Game 5. And
And-
that game is a 7:30 start once again, so that will be a 6 o'clock GCLD's Oilstream pregame show live at Hudson's.
And when we were having that little bickering sesh earlier, I was kind of listening, but not listening because I was setting up a table for the Nasties. But Cal in the Park's all over it already. I was talking to Connor from Hudson's White, so we're good to go.
Boom, it's going to be a party tomorrow.
Big group of Nasties coming out apparently. So they're already pumped. I'm already pumped. Yesterday at Ice House was good. Thank you, Nasties, for coming out.
The city's going to be ready to explode, possibly.
White Ave, eh?
Oh, you ready for
maybe-
another self-induced headache? That never happens to you.
Only when she goes to Montreal.
Oh, that's right. Or New
Montreal
York and
flu.
breaks her foot.
That's true.
Or Vancouver every weekend.
Okay, yeah.
But she hasn't come back with any big issues yet for Vancouver. But she does go home, so I guess.
Yeah, so she's.
Did you know
Okay.
how do you handle the fact that she's a Canucks fan?
Yeah. You
I know she's like loyal to the Oil, so that's like
don't
a
have to cover for her here. This is
Family
the tree,
comes first, apparently.
This is a tree of trust.
yeah.
It's
No,
the hangout.
Free knows what's up.
yeah.
Me and Preet are probably the biggest Oilers fans in our
I think so, yeah.
family though.
Yeah.
We got all like the young ones going, and now they're all the ones in the moss pit. Hey,
I wish I could show like pictures of my son from like the hockey game. He went to his first hockey game actually.
Nice.
The one on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a hoot. Like I've taken him to Oil Kings games and the watch parties, and he wasn't really interested because for him it was watching like a TV, and the Oil Kings game we were a little bit higher up during the teddy bear toss, but then we had pretty nice seats for this one, so we could actually see them skating, and I might have turn another one. Like I feel like I'm the running around trying to get as many Oilers fans to either convert. I have cousins or nephews in Vancouver that I've bought McDavid jerseys for a couple of times.
Really?
Didn't I tell you we do that?
Yeah,
See, I'm not the
so-
only one.
didn't
They were
tell
making fun
you.
of me about
Yeah.
it.
So I have
Were we?
I'm
Trying to make fun of
you
everything,
about
though.
everything.
I don't think we were saying about the jerseys.
Yeah, we do it with love.
I know. Remember?
That is-
Sorry.
No.
Remember I told you I said I'd gift them because they would gift me Canuck stuff and I'd give it to charity or whatever, or I'd re-gift it.
Yeah,
But
I
then
thought we
would,
re-gifted it.
I would just because they think it's a joke, but it's an expensive one. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna keep this Canuck
I
stuff.
thought you gave that stuff back to them.
Why would I do that?
I don't
Because
know.
they're rude.
Wow.
But then-
this is a sneaky good covert move that you guys do to your cousins in Vancouver.
Yeah, because everybody's a McDavid fan, right? So
yeah,
they
yeah.
will tend to keep that merch, I
Yeah.
guess. Right?
They like at my nephews, when they were watching that Canada game, like Canada-US final, they were cheering for McDavid, but they were like kind of didn't want him to win because they're Canucks fans still at heart. So yeah, it's pretty funny.
That's funny because I said the same thing. I said it was like, especially my cousins from Prince George that moved to Vancouver. That group was like, it's just so fun to cheer for McDavid
Yeah.
because they don't get the luxury that the Oilers fans do.
It's kind of like the same thing as Sydney, right? When we
was
were cheering for
2010.
Sydney. Yeah, exactly. You got it.
2010, it was fun because it was more pro Ovi, I would say, in Canada for some reason.
Yeah, in the beginning, I
What?
did.
Yeah.
Until he scored
In
that
the first
goal.
few years, you didn't feel that?
No.
Oh.
Why? Why were we doing that?
I think it was because I'll tell you why I was doing it, because I was pro V first. I think it was his going to refs every whistle. And,
He was considered a whiner.
yeah,
He was a
That's
whiner.
what it was at the beginning.
And Ovi was the goal scorer who had the personality and was fun. And there was a lot of Canadians. I at least felt that there was a lot that were more Ovi was better than Crosby.
Oh.
yeah,
And then 2010 kind of flipped that because it was finally a chance to cheer for Crosby.
yeah,
And then he scored the golden goal, and it was like, well, Crosby's forever in our hearts.
yeah. That literally you hit it right on the nail on the head. That's exactly my I guess life story with Crosby and Ov.
I get it. Crosby's he's just legend.
Yeah.
I like the term "walk into the Hall of Fame." I think Speck used it in his article talking about Draisaitl yesterday or 2 days ago. Both Crosby and Ovechkin will walk into the Hall of
Yeah.
Fame.
Do you think either of those guys get the exemption of not waiting?
The 3 years. I thought they said that Gretzky was the last one that they would do that for.
Did it ever happen before Gretzky? Do you know?
Lemieux.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it happened for Lemieux
remember that one.
and oh man, I think it was like an old timer from the 50s, maybe Gordie Howe.
I don't mind
Something like
that,
that.
but also at the same time,
Bobby
like
Orr, I don't know.
when Connor retires, another guy that should just go into the Hall type thing. That's interesting. Oh, that'll be an interesting.
Yeah,
I don't want to get to that card. That's too far away.
Yeah,
But
I-
Crosby's is coming up.
I think Gretzky was the last one, and they kind of said that's it, no more exemptions. Because it was weird. Lemieux was in the Hall of Fame, and he came back and played for a few years. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, and I guess Gordie Howe probably would have been the same.
Avery does say Gordie Howe in the nasty chat.
There you go.
I think like just speaking on like Hall of Fame stuff, like maybe another conversation is, do they change the name of the trophies, right? Like does the Art Ross become like the Wayne Gretzky, right? Or like I don't know, like
Yeah, I don't.
they said the Rocky Richard's the one they've discussed in the past, like changing the name to, but I don't obviously I don't know
Yeah,
about the other ones.
could you make that the Ovechkin? But Richard was the
Oh, you
first.
can't touch
like,
a Richard.
Yeah, like, and that's the other thing. I know the Lester B. Pearson becoming the Ted Lindsay.
Yeah.
That was the one where it's like, okay, but the Norris, like Norris, Ross, Bing, Vezina, like that is the beginning of the game. It shouldn't be like, oh, we don't know who those guys are.
Yeah.
Screw them. Let's just rename all these trophies. Like, no, maybe look them up and understand where the game came from, why these people are on these trophies.
Right.
You know, Conn Smythe built Maple Leaf Gardens. There's 16 in the league. Conn Smythe was a huge part of the league getting to where it is. I don't know. I kind of like don't like touching those types of things.
If there's one that shouldn't be touched, it's the Rocket Richard. I think.
Right,
I think if
yeah.
there's one that people know currently, if you poll the average hockey fan, I think they would know who Rocket Richard is more than any of those other players or contributors to the game.
Fair.
I'm with you though. I don't like
history.
changing the history. Like it's one like, well, who is Norris? We'll learn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll figure it
Mhm.
out. Right?
Exactly.
I'm more than of the camp of maybe we can add some extra trophies. And I don't want to go participation room
Yeah.
everything. But I think there's room for an offensive defenseman trophy, and maybe the Norris becomes back to like a true defenseman, or maybe you're looking for a defensive defenseman award, because I think there is something to. We look at who's the best offensive player, that's a blue liner, and they generally are in the conversation for top Norris. Are there other awards we could find that maybe we don't fully have, and that's a way to honor?
One of them is like a defensive forward, right? Like Lady Bing. Isn't Lady Bing?
Selke.
Selke, sorry, yeah.
Selke is more for that defensive forward.
Yeah.
Lady Bing is the is it gentleman or sportsmanship?
Gentleman, yeah.
Sportsmanship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, who didn't have a lot of penalties this year, but is a decent to good hockey player.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what that one is. So it's, but you also can't have just a bunch of awards. Like you want one for Gretzky, possibly. You want one for Lemieux. Bobby Orr doesn't have one. Gordie Howe doesn't have one. McDavid, you want one for him one day. You want one for Sidney Crosby one day. It's like where do we go with this?
Yeah, you're right. You just let it. You just leave it.
Okay, one that I always forget about that I'm like, who the hell was that? William Jennings, the Jennings Trophy for the best goaltending tandem, right?
Yeah, I always forget about that award anyways.
I had to look it up because I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, they award it for the best tandem in hockey too.
Yeah, it's like, okay. You want to talk about participation to an extent. Jennings was born in New York, graduated from Princeton, then earned a law degree from Yale. He became a partner in a Manhattan law firm, and through his capacity as counsel to Madison Square Garden in 1962, he was named president of their main tenant, the New York Rangers. He was president of the Rangers until his death in 1981. During this time, the Rangers became Stanley Cup contenders. He was a key figure in the first ever expansion of the NHL in 1967 when it doubled in size from the original 6 teams. Jennings also helped initiate the Lester Patrick Trophy in 1966, which he would win in 1971. Okay. See, that's what we're like, oh, all right. Educate yourself now. So.
Well, I think he has nothing to do with the best goaltending tandem.
Right.
He has nothing to do with the save percentage or goals allowed average. He has nothing to do with that. So there's got to be a different way to honor William Jennings. And then create an award, rename that one name that one after a goalie. Name that one the Martin Brodeur Award or something.
Sure.
And then William Jennings, give him a wing in the Hall or something.
He's already in the Hall of Fame.
Well, but as you walk into this is the William Jennings room or something.
Yeah, okay.
Right, give him something else for that. But they should be associated with the award. I will go that far.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's one where I'm like, oh. Right.
You at no point said he played goaltender in the National Hockey League.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like
the Jennings family's like, why? Yeah, they're all mad at you right now.
They're at some yacht and they're off of Nantucket Island. They don't care.
Did you say yacht?
I certainly did, Jasmine. I certainly did.
Speaking of yacht, let's talk about Kane for a second here.
You want to go to the Rolls Royce? Is that where you're going?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
How did I know that's where you were going?
All that attention, it's great. It's great for the NHL.
Yeah.
We had had a little bit of a discussion last time. These guys, they're not into that, but I'm I'm so into this. Oh. and he said, the boys love it.
He did say that, yeah.
Okay.
Did the boys say that?
Yeah.
Have the boys come out and said that?
He say the boys?
He said the boys said that.
Yeah. With Evander Kane, Reed and I got into a little bit of a debate yesterday. He was blaming McNabb for the penalty that Kane got, pushing him in. I didn't think it was much of a full push. And I went, it's Evander Kane. He doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. That's who he is. He took that opportunity to absolutely fall on at Aiden Hill to get in his kitchen. That's who Evander Kane is. Mm-hmm. Which is also fine because I like that from Evander Kane.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that penalty in that situation. But that's who he is. And I'd expect him also to be like, yeah, the boys love it.
Sure.
I'm not expecting him to say, I don't know if that's actually fully, actually what the boys are thinking. One guy might have said, oh, that's a nice car. And he went, boys loved it.
The paddle was angry about that penalty, though. They were like they think that it shouldn't have been a penalty at all. And for Oilers,
He did get pushed in.
Yeah. I don't feel like it was much of one.
Yeah.
That I think to me, and this is where I disagree. Reed was with you guys. I feel like Kane felt a little bit and then fully embraced it as a chance because here's Aiden Hill, here's me. I'm going to fall on this goalie.
Yep.
Based on what has happened leading up to this in the game with the, so what is everything that did the first thing happen when he hit Hyman?
Yeah, he hit Hyman.
Yeah, pushes Hyman down.
And nothing happened.
And then the Janmark trip / leg stick out, whatever you want to make of that. And then he then took a chance. I'm going to run over this goalie. McNabb's stick kind of was also coming up. It wasn't going as far out, it came up. That I just personally I can't give Evander Kane benefit of doubt on that play.
Yeah. So he pulled up because there's a Ferrari the other night, Rolls Royce yesterday.
He did a Rolls Royce. I think I saw a tweet this morning that said he did it after a certain game, and then he brought it out again this game.
It's nice Rolls
Who's he
Royce.
borrowing these cars from?
Oh, you could rent
Please.
them locally. There's
Oh,
a place that you can like for a day rent,
Oh,
or a
okay.
few hours even or something. You can go take a Lamborghini for a lap around the hen day for a few hours.
Rental. I did see like a pink Cybertruck the other day when I was leaving the studio. Here.
Pink?
Yeah, it was awful. It was.
I didn't know you could do different colors
Yeah,
on
You
that.
can do any color now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
I didn't know on the Cybertruck that they did
It
colors.
looked like
I've
a
seen, like-
POS.
Was it like a Mary Kay truck or something?
Yeah, they were on a makeup run,
Right.
very sales call,
Yeah.
something like that. It was like okay, maybe less not pink, but rosé.
Rose.
I feel like I've seen that one too.
Yeah,
to be honest,
it was on 107th Ave, turning onto Mayfield Road.
Yeah.
so.
Kane drove a Rolls Royce to Game 2 in Vegas and scored. He drove a Rolls Royce to Game 4 in Edmonton, scored again. TNT had a video of that, and because what was Kane's dream car? A LaFerrari.
La Ferrari.
LaFerrari? It is. Is it a connection to a Ferrari? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't know, but like I don't
it
know what
French
it is
Ferrari?
either. I just heard that interview and he mentioned it was a La Ferrari.
LaFerrari. Okay, I'm gonna look up a LaFerrari.
Yeah, we
I've
gotta
never
see a
heard of a
LaFerrari.
LaFerrari. Like I know of a Ferrari.
Yeah, me too.
A Ferrari.
I would just like to have one of those vehicles for a week.
Oh, it's
Oh,
a
for sure.
There's a Ferrari LaFerrari.
Oh, okay.
They were very original with that name.
Just hear those engines and you're like, oh my god, my vehicle is literally a rocket with wheels. That'd be amazing.
He brings some swagger to the team though. Like I think it's something that we didn't have in the past and during the regular season. Like it's and I think it's the same thing that like Marchand brings to Florida. Like not Marchand, Bennett, and Kachuk. It's
Yeah.
like you need those kind of guys. Frederick, that was awesome. Like he kind of got pummeled by that guy, but
Yeah,
he
did not win that fight.
he did do that trip to Aiden, which obviously was part of the reason why Aiden was so
Pissy.
pissy during that. Yeah, nice included. Yeah, he's really pissy during that first period at least.
It was surprising to see how unraveled he got.
Yep.
That quickly. Like the knockdown of Hyman is one thing, but then just losing his mind completely after that. The Oilers were in his kitchen and he let them know it. That's like the one thing you definitely don't want is you don't want the other team to know that they're rattling you.
Yeah.
And he completely showed, you guys are rattling to me. You guys are getting to me. So it's like, okay, keep going at that if you're the Edmonton
That's
Oilers.
what-
100%.
Keep pushing that button.
Absolutely.
This
He's a huge Aiden Hill fan, by the way.
He's the modern day Patrick Waugh, according to Matthew Bartholomew Iwanyk.
This is Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta right now. Promo code 100sports, 100 sports will get you a $100 free bet on sports when you deposit 20 or more. Check them out, Play Alberta. Download their app. We've got the EST specials. I want to actually pull those up. I should have had that
Dallas
open up a little
favorite
bit
today,
more.
obviously.
Yeah. How about Petch getting the winner? He booted it in, but whatever. Good
Quickly-
north side boy.
Right now, the early bird bet of the day, Dallas to win and Rantanen over 0.5 plus minus. That is boosted. It's plus 320
That's
on
pretty
Play
good.
Alberta. Yeah.
I'd put a little sprinkle on that bad
Yeah.
boy.
So that's, and Dusty will have play of the day. There'll be a lock shop. The DGen Den has their grandest parlay that comes up, playalberta.ca as well for more on that. And then Jay has his play of the day as well.
Excellent.
If you're the Oilers fans, you're cheering for Winnipeg tonight, are you not?
100%. Yeah, you want that series to go
Yeah, I'll go
7
7.
and let the
Then you
team
don't
to
care
that.
about who wins game 5,
Yeah.
but whoever loses game 5, you want to win game 6.
Exactly.
And then game 7, you can make a determination of who you'd rather see the Oilers face at that point.
So if we're looking at like the retribution tour, it would be Winnipeg because they took us out that one year. Whereas Dallas is going to try to get retribution against us.
Yeah.
So they're going to be pissed. So
Now, if you're looking at hockey karma as a whole, Dallas did beat Edmonton 5 straight years.
that's true.
Yeah. But you got to go way back.
I remember those
Wait,
times.
I remember
Yeah.
those too, yeah.
I will say, I from a Edmonton sports talk, Winnipeg sports talk perspective, Edmonton Winnipeg would be a lot of fun.
And it means a Canadian team in the Cup final guarantee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is just fine with me.
Boston Pizza is going to love that. Like they already have the bus running, or like the parade bus or whatever.
Yep.
That would be, and travel wise would be great.
Yep.
That would be a fun series at that point.
Huss would live at Dusty's. Dusty lives at Huss's.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Imagine the possibilities, Matthew.
There's a lot. There's a lot that would go on.
We'll create some sort
Haas
of
will be on the
t-shirts.
hangout.
He will be on the
We'll
hangout.
have to get him on. I'll be like, Haas, one day you got to come and do the hangout.
We just have to let him vape and have his Coca-Colas.
Yeah, we can make that work.
Yeah, sure.
You can make that work. And then he could do an in-studio lock shop.
Yes.
And then we could set him up for the WST around here.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Thank you for bringing that up, Preet.
That's why that. But yeah, let them battle it out. Let them fight.
Yeah.
And then get that series. I still don't know who I would rather have as the Edmonton Oilers.
Dallas.
You would rather Dallas?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Winnipeggers.
You think that? But like you think the Oilers match up better against Dallas?
Yes, I do. I feel like we've played them more. We kind of know their style. They're,
That's not an apology to Winnipeg right there. That's a credit.
compliment?
That's a compliment to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah, fair
Because
enough.
you're saying you're a better team than Dallas. We don't want to face you. We'd rather face Dallas.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. Look, Oilers all the way. Whoever it is, it doesn't matter. But I feel like with Dallas, it's more comfortable.
I'm alternative. I think with we didn't play Dallas with Rantanen and a Harley that's all of us stepped up now. I worry about Dallas. I think Winnipeg has that kink in the armor right now. I don't think Morrissey and Scheifele are all there. They're not 100%. I think I would rather play Winnipeg, to be honest.
No, you're right. And Hellebuck is not the best goalie. Yeah.
We can get in his head.
What's the news for those that missed it from Ekholm that you had?
He started skating, but the prognosis for him, realistically, is weeks at best. Maybe late third round if he pushes it and things go best case scenario.
But what do you could say he's healthy for the Stanley Cup Finals if we were to make it that far?
Maybe Preet. So
Still maybe,
it was
wow.
when I was given the update yesterday, they're like, maybe.
Oh wow.
If he pushes it, because he's prone to, he wants to get out there, he might be able to play late in the third round if the Oilers get there.
Do you think
Broken by Tom Gazzola of EST.
who would that was broken by 100%.
watching people.
Who would be the replacement? Who would he even take out at this point?
Troy Stetcher.
What is it, Stetcher? Wait, let me think. Stetcher isn't he right though?
Yep. Move someone over.
You're not
okay,
touching
yeah.
Nurse. You're not touching
Yeah.
Bouchard. You're not touching Kulak. You're not touching Wallman.
Yeah. Wallman's having a great plus minus this postseason. Actually, he's been good.
I just worry about they always
Who am
say
I
the
missing?
left and the
Yeah,
right.
you want the left-right balance.
Yeah, because the lefts would be.
I said Kulak.
Nurse. Bouchard.
Nurse, Bouchard.
Klingberg.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Klingberg.
He's playing really well, too.
yeah.
Yeah,
he was
he
very
is,
good
yeah.
yesterday. Yeah, they just
We'll figure it out.
Troy, you're going to have to go skate with Colin Chuck for a few days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you're right. Yeah,
But there's so much that can happen, so much time before. But weeks out away.
But that's important because if the Oilers get to a cup final, it's nice knowing that there was maybe a possibility of an addition to this roster.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you're going to get out of him if he comes in still. And that's the thing with Dallas and Heiskanen.
Good point.
What's Heiskanen going to be for the Dallas
That's a
Stars?
good
Is he-
point, yeah.
And I think, is he going tonight?
We should be finding out right away.
I thought I saw LeBron.
They're an hour ahead of us down in Big D. So the Stars should have been on the ice half an hour ago.
I thought I saw LeBron tweet. Maybe I'm misreading who I remember that he was going to be good to go for the next game. I'll just quickly scroll through here.
While you're scrolling, there was
Yes.
something I wanted to read quickly.
All right.
It was Ryan Whitney. He tweeted this, and I just thought it was cool. Let Kane travel to the game in a Louis Vuitton spaceship if he's going to play like this. Just saying, it's getting recognized.
Yes.
2 minutes ago,
Yes.
Yes.
coming from John Bartlett of Sportsnet,
Ah.
Heiskanen is expected to play if all goes well in his morning skate.
He's going to play.
So he's on the ice. He is skating. So we'll have to wait to see what happens. So they're expecting to have Heiskanen in as the Stars look to take a commanding 3-1 series. Like we could have 3 series at 3-1 here, which is that could be worse. That's not the greatest for the Oilers, but this is for the NHL. We could have. I was looking at all the second round. If everything goes the right way, it would be done by Friday.
Wow.
Because the Oilers could finish on tomorrow.
Okay.
Hurricanes and Stars, in theory, could finish on Thursday. And Leafs, Panthers, whoever wins tomorrow, could, in theory, finish on Friday.
That's crazy.
And we might be, if the conference finals, maybe beginning as early as Monday, Tuesday?
That's great because in the
Not
cup
Monday.
Not Monday?
It's a day off. It's Victoria Day.
Oh, nice.
We
Do
want
have
Tuesday.
that day off?
Yes.
Awesome.
Actually,
All right.
I'm going to say this. Actually, there is, I've got to discuss, there is a small chance we might have to work on Monday.
Don't do this to us.
I might have to.
What is it?
I won't explain it right now. I'll talk off to you.
Okay. I didn't even
I'll
know it
explain
was
it after.
Victoria Day.
Yeah, you
This is
should have
great.
told
This is
us
bonus.
off.
I'll have to
Without
explain.
money.
Everyone's
Then he
coming.
kills
Well,
your-
Trev texted me
Whoa.
yesterday. Trev also texted me yesterday. He's like, "Do we get anything off for May long?" I was like, "Yeah, we get Victor Monday off."
And it's a stat holiday. I will confirm as a CP in the room.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Official stat holiday.
All
Yes.
right.
Oh, goodbye.
Yeah,
I
no,
had no idea. I was like, okay.
yeah.
Like,
That's where
of
it's
course you're going to poo-poo all over it.
Well,
The
okay.
heel.
I can't say it on the air.
He
I won't
gets
say it on
joy.
the air.
I
I won't
know.
say it on the
I
air.
know.
I don't want to be here on Monday. Tommy, I love
love
you, but I don't
office
want
work.
you to be. I don't want to see you on Monday, unless we're running into each other on a golf course or something.
Or at our building. It's lovely.
Yeah.
You're my neighbor.
I
have an issue with the building right now.
Oh, me too.
What's your issue? Oh, you can't say on there.
The park.
Oh no, I have a tandem stall and they won't let me park 2 cars.
What?
Yeah, I got a note this morning when I parked 2 cars. They're saying you're not allowed to do this.
There's other tandem stalls.
Apparently, there's notes they're not allowed to do this. I got to go to the board and be like,
going on
what's
over at
going
our
on? I paid for this. When I bought this, it was bought as a tandem stall. Why are you telling me I can't do a tandem?
That's some BS right there. I'll
Who's
tell
it
you
stopping
what.
anyways? Who's it blocking?
Nobody.
Only my car behind me. It's my car behind me.
That's right.
We gotta get a lawyer.
I got that this morning.
Right?
No any?
Yeah, I know. I was gonna. Me and Preet know a few. Yeah.
Wow, I
Preet
figured.
and I. Yes.
Portions
Yes.
of this hour of the EST Hangout there brought to you by the Hive Product Marketing, official merch partner of EST, promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out, thehiveproductmarketing.com. Preet, Jasmine, Tommy, Matt with you here on the Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage on your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, Edmonton Sports Stock, presented by Play Alberta. Thank you very much for listening on TuneIn, iHeart, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Apologies to those listening on those as well, because they missed like the first 10 minutes of the show because I think I forgot to click play for that one. So apologies. Thank you to Kelvin Van Dasselaar in the Nasty Chat earlier saying, hey, Whale and Wolf's playing. Love Whale and the Wolf, but they weren't supposed to be playing. So apologies to everyone on that. Also, speaking of Whale and the Wolf, they have a show coming up May 31st at Rocky Mountain Ice House. Going to play some new music, going to play some old music. It's a house show for them. Over 90% sold.
Nice.
So check them out, whaleandthewolf.com. Check out their IGs. Later this week, we'll have another pair of tickets to give away as well for that. So if you want to see the EST House Band live, Raimai, Lucas, Brandon, Keenan, Joel.
Yeah.
The 5 members of that band. You want to see them live at the Rocky Mountain Ice House. Either stay tuned to Edmonton Sports Talk, but if you want to make sure you get your tickets for sure, tickets are running out. WillandWolf.com.
And they've got some new music coming out, right?
It's, yeah, they've been working on some stuff. So this is going to be, I think, their first time playing some of the new music. I think.
Excellent. I'm gonna have
So.
to grease the palms of some of those boys so I can get into that show.
So yeah, May 31st, as long as there's not an Oiler game.
It's nice to feel like this. Hey.
Which part?
Just the Oilers being up and just relax, and the fact that it's not like yesterday was like an overtime win or something. You know, it was just the way they were playing is just really nice to see. Like the depth in them. We haven't had depth in so many. The Oilers have not had depth in so many years.
If
And
Preet dropped that I would have been A-okay.
I know. I'm almost there. This is like
You're much better.
yes.
Very impressed.
Also,
yeah.
oh, sorry, the Knicks won yesterday.
Yeah, they had a comeback. They were down.
Were they?
Yeah, the whole
I
game.
forgot about the game and I threw it on. Like in the fourth quarter, they had the lead. I saw by like 2. Mm-hmm. So I missed everything else prior to that.
Celtics seemed to be dominating, but Tatum had a crazy injury.
Yeah, I
And they
think
had-
he might be out long term, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that actual? I thought somebody maybe photoshopped it and he was in a wheelchair or something. No, that was legit. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Brunson 39 points.
I know Josh Clausen was very happy yesterday.
Yeah, Knicks are contenders.
Because when did it happen? I think it was on the Henrik second goal when that whole scrum happened with Evander Kane. Because I was going to text Josh, but I didn't have time because a bunch of things happened. And then I just got the New York Knicks in all caps. And then he also, I think this is a wrap. The cardiac Knicks, the comeback kids, no deficit, too large to lick, never pretty, always gritty, they don't quit. Bring on anybody. We coming for the chip.
I'm gonna say that's ChatGPT right there.
No, that's
OG
Clausen.
Clausen.
Clausen don't chat
He
that
is-
stuff.
That's his. Eh?
Yeah,
Wow,
he
that
can
was good.
freestyle.
That was really good.
Like,
He
nothing
did a
else.
Knicks. He did something at the very end of the show yesterday.
Okay.
Have you heard him sing like a crooner?
No, I have
That
not.
we call slosh Clausen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He had a few
Oh.
tequilas that night.
And Clausen in. Knicks were up 9 when Tatum got hurt. So you can't even blame the
Yeah,
injury.
good.
That's
Yeah.
Thanks for listening again, Josh. It was great seeing Josh yesterday.
It was good. Him and Murray. There's something there.
And now Josh is he's got the one up on Murray a little bit because Murray's a Celtics fan, but 3-1 to the Knicks.
Man, F the Celtics.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. It'd be fascinating watching the Knicks win. It'd be such a cool story, actually.
Yeah. And their fans are hilarious.
What have they been doing?
Do you ever see this called Sidewalk? When you gotta follow. It's like the funny memes of them on the street and just losing it and like the whole F Trey Young thing.
No idea.
I'll send it to you after.
Please do.
It
I'm
is
curious.
money.
Yeah.
It's too funny.
I didn't know this. Yeah.
You don't? I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
There was a few celebs at the game yesterday. Timothy Chalamet was
lot.
with Kylie, but I think
they
Kendall
dating?
was and Kendall was there
I
too.
know that.
Yes.
He's into it. Like it's fun watching
He's
Timothy Chalamet.
he's a
Yeah.
true sports
Yeah.
fan.
True
Like
sports.
he knows his stuff.
Yeah. Wow, he was on
Respect.
College Game Day.
Right.
Right during bowl season. He's like, yeah, I think James Madison's going to win. And then he's rattling off a guy in his like stats and stuff. You're like, how does Timothy Chalamet know this about this team and this player?
I respect
Even the
that very
game day
much.
people were stunned by it. Stephon Diggs was there with Cardi B.
Yeah. Cardi B.
Was it Cardi B?
Whoopi.
No,
maybe too.
was it? No, I think it's
Hold on, there's like a whole.
man.
Celebrity
now we're all,
Row
we're all
is
showing our
bumping.
age right now. Eh?
What's
Stephon
Lizzo up to
Diggs.
these days?
Why?
It
Who
is.
cares?
You're right. It is Cardi B. I think.
Was it Cardi?
You like
yeah,
Lizzo?
Cardi B.
Bad bitch o'clock.
They were recently holding hands to the game, so they were at the game together.
Please, I wish I could snippet that.
Here you go. Celebrity Row is packed.
Oh.
I don't know who that is.
No.
That's Cardi B, because that's Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
Don't know who that is.
That looks like Emmett Smith.
You can't say that's packed when there's only like 6 of them.
That almost looks like Jeremy Piven, but it isn't.
It almost looked like Bad Bunny to a second for me, because they used to be an item,
Oh.
but they're
Cardi
not.
B and Stephon Diggs. You're right. They're dating?
How did I know this and you didn't? Preet knew this and
I
you
didn't
didn't.
know that.
How
Yeah.
did we know this and you didn't?
Mania. That's what
The two of us know this and you don't?
Yeah.
I know.
What is this?
Like, why though? Oh,
Because they love each other?
well, I mean, Cardi's funny and stuff though. The Timothy Chalamet one, I still can't. Why?
Why?
Did you know I got an update?
She's an attractive woman.
Sure.
They might get along with each other. They've been together for a long
I know,
time now.
It's been a minute, eh?
It's
Like since the summer, I think.
no, it's been longer because they were at what was the awards in January that they were seen together or something? They were like
Yeah,
the Emmys or something.
Yeah, that's right.
They were at the last Emmys together.
She was there.
At
The
one
audacity.
prior to that or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, so it's like it might be coming 2 years, and if not more than 2 years.
I don't even know what to say.
I got the Diddy trial popped up
Yo,
yesterday.
it's all over the.
Yeah.
What's up?
And I watched, I was like, oh, okay. Because Belzy always updates me on sending me this Diddy stuff. I'm like, stop it. Anyway, his ex-girlfriend, the one where they had that hotel video. Cassie?
Yeah.
She is unbelievable. Like beautiful.
Stunning.
Oh my God.
Stunning. And she's like 7 months pregnant.
She's like, I was just like, wow.
Yeah, she's a stunner. They were together for a long time. The thing with the Diddy trial is like I swipe it all. It's like overwhelming with all the updates.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people are really
And
on
the
this.
defense lawyer, I know we're going on a little bit of a tangent.
I know
but
we're
the
not allowed to talk
defense
about it
lawyer-
too much.
Yeah, defense lawyer is like, what someone does in their bedroom doesn't belong in court. It's like, no, you beat somebody and you did weird stuff to them and you drugged them and this and that. That's not cool.
Yeah.
That's a niche.
Especially when you're rich and famous.
Yeah.
You know?
Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry. I just thought at Cassie. I was like,
I know.
oh my God.
I know. Fine.
She's like perfect.
She is perfect.
Yeah.
Chalamet and Jenner started dating in April of 2023. So 2 years.
That's wild. Like Dune, when he's like, that was like his rise of fame.
He's in that?
You didn't watch it?
No.
He's the main character
Gave
of
it to me and I
Dune.
haven't watched it.
Dune's great.
He's been in a lot of good things though. Hey, so the first time I ever saw him though is he was the young kid in Interstellar.
That was a great movie.
Great movie.
Speaking of, a few of the nasties asked me about Sinners. I did watch that in theaters.
yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm not gonna give you guys a review because the movie was pretty fantastic. And I don't want to spoil it. And going into this movie when you don't know what it's about is the best way to go into
It's about
this film.
sinning.
It's not though.
Oh, well, they lied to me.
Well, that's the thing that it's not. It's
That makes them sinners.
it was good, and you get 2 Michael B. Jordans in it. So yeah, yeah.
He's a snack.
He's such a snack.
This is a good text. Speaking of you just dropping that, he's a snack. This text says, I always forget that Iwanyk is the queen bee of hot gossip.
I know a lot that's going on. Weirdly enough.
Yeah,
You know,
I thought
I
that
will
was pretty good.
proudly take that claim. I will proudly take that one. I for whatever reason, I know my good share of the gossip that's going on with those type of
Yeah.
things. I don't know why,
I
but I
appreciate
do.
it though. I actually appreciate it. So I don't make fun of Matthew about that. It's all good. The draft rigged. Mavs
Lottery. I
What the
completely
hell?
missed. I thought it was 5:30, and then all of a sudden my brothers text me going, "It's rigged." I'm like, "What? I missed it."
I know because it was only I think on Sportsnet 1, and then it's starting at 5:30 after the Caps.
Yeah, there was a 2-hour thing, and I thought, oh, this is
yeah.
going to be in here. I thought it was like a pre-show, and then the draft lottery. So I'm like, I don't need to watch this pre-show. But then all of a sudden the Mavs somehow get it. It can't be rigged.
1.8%.
Here's a chance.
Saying there's a-
I just don't know how, like, I don't think the NBA has that much, I don't know the right words I'm looking for here, discard for their fan base to do that. Where everyone would claim, like everyone would know it's rigged. Why would you then rig it?
It's like to show like how much power they have.
But then
Like
wouldn't the other owners be upset by that? Like, why would they want? They like if you're Charlotte Hornets and you haven't made the playoffs, or like haven't won a playoff series since like 2002 or something like that, if ever.
everyone
Wouldn't you
wants-
be upset that you're not getting Cooper Flag?
Okay, let's put on our hats really quickly. So like the conspiracy is
10 hats or thinking hats?
the 10 hats.
Okay, sounds good.
Put on so the conspiracy is that NBA, the league is failing right now compared to like NHL and NFL, like the growth. They're losing like viewership, and they obviously the owners all talk. So the hottest market is LA. So they say, hey, we need to bring this market up because if LA goes, then the NBA goes, right? So you bring like, okay, fine, how do we do it? Let's send Luka to LA, and Dallas, we're gonna get you back. Don't worry, and we'll get you a future draft. Now, Cooper Flag must be really good that they're doing it like right away. Like usually it's like, okay, let's wait a couple years. We'll hook them up and like a couple like obviously this is all like conspiracy stuff, right?
Like again, 10 hat right now.
But Cooper Flag, I'm guessing like
He looks great.
yeah, so he's probably generational, I'm guessing, or like would he be?
I think he'd have to be.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone questioning who's the number one this year.
Okay, yeah.
Like
so
I think
then-
everyone knows it's Cooper
So
Flag
now
to that
it's-
type of level.
Now it's like, hey, like I know it's gonna look obvious, but here you go, Dallas. Like that's the 10. Like
they did get.
Interesting.
Did they not win the draft lottery in the WNBA too?
I
They
was
got
worried.
Paige backers.
So I was.
So
really
I would think
worried.
they won the draft lottery at the WNBA.
My conspiracy was worrying me that it was Dallas's year, too, like Dallas Stars' year, because we're gonna take Luka from you, but we're gonna give you like a Stanley Cup back in the NHL. So it's like the two leagues are all like commingling.
Oh,
like,
they definitely
That's
do.
interesting.
The NBA doesn't care about the NHL.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
much.
Dallas
So-
did win the draft lottery of the WNBA, so they won both draft lotteries.
Hopefully, it's not Dallas's year in the NHL. Then seems like they're winning a lot recently, except that
They have a good team. Like Jim Nell's a very good GM.
I did see someone, I can't remember who it was. They did make the comment, though, that one of the reasons the NFL is king is that they don't just give the big markets everything. Who's one of the best teams in the NFL right now and for the last number of years? It's Kansas City, which is not a big market.
right.
The draft was in Wisconsin, and it was packed. They have made a good job of elevating those lower teams higher up. And that's where maybe Cooper Flag going to a Charlotte would have been better for the league overall to bump up another team. But also the NFL is the NFL and they can just get away with anything. Maybe.
For real.
I do get that conspiracy though, but I don't know how they, to me, I don't know how you rig it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't know how you even get away rigging this type of stuff because it's all filmed and it's all done. And it's just like, okay, yeah. When the Patrick Ewing one makes sense to me.
Is it like
from back in the day? Because it was the cold card. So David Stern knew to find the cold card. And that was Patrick Ewing.
Interesting.
I think it's like the NHL, which is balls and it's sequences, I think.
It would make sense. And it's a third party that is independent that has to do it, right?
Right.
This text says Gary is a former NBA guy also. Yeah, but that was like
Gary.
That was like 30-something years ago. And he was a David Stern underling. David Stern has passed away.
That's the other conspiracy, though, was back in 94 or something, hockey was better than the NBA or right there. And the conspiracy was David Stern, this is how it was worded. But he looked around his office to find the biggest idiot, sent them to the NHL to help crush that league.
Stuff like that does happen.
That is one of the conspiracies of why Gary was sent to the NHL from the NBA was David Stern wanted to kill the NHL, so he sent Gary over there.
But
that's too funny.
Gary was announced in 92, took over in 93, and that when the NHL was surpassing the NBA was like 94, 90 to 97-ish. So Gary would have been a couple of years into his run by then.
The NBA draft lottery the same. 14 ping pong balls are placed in a lottery machine, and 4 are drawn out at a time. There's a bunch of combinations. They're assigned to all 14 teams. So I just don't know how you rig the combinations. Unless those balls are rigged in the sense of how they're going to pop up, I guess.
Did you see Prez's messages?
No.
It's a good theory if you want to read them.
While he's reading that, I think sometimes if they did the lottery in live, I feel like that's easier. But then it's when they're pulling out cards out of an envelope. I find that strange, right? Like they're saying, it could be verified, but then what happens? They go up to the person that's verifying and say, hey, make this happen or you're fired. I'm not.
Yeah.
You just don't know, right? Like how everything works.
Prez, if I'm a conspiracy theorist. Dallas new ownership did not want to pay Supermax to Luka. They bumped ratings, which bumped team evaluations by getting Luka on Lakers for ratings and news. Mavs get Cooper Flag now, which would be a cheap deal for new ownership. Mikal Bridges, who was never an all-star, was traded for 5 first-round picks. Gobert for 4 first-round picks. Luka was not even shopped around and got 80 and 1 first-round pick. Rigged, LOL. There wasn't even a first-round pick, if I'm not mistaken, or was there? Oh, no, there was a first-round pick.
Yeah, if he was shopped, think about it. That would have been a haul. You would have got people's first childs, right? In that deal. I don't think that would have been.
But I also I do understand the rationale of Nico Harrison of why he didn't shop him around, which was then it gets back to Luka. And then Luka can have some power and dictate where he wants to go, and it might impact the trade.
It would create such chaos too.
And it wanted under secrecy.
Yeah.
That I do understand to a degree.
Yeah. But there's no trade clause. If you traded him to LA, you could have traded him to anywhere.
But
Charlotte.
NBA players could sit there and be like, I'm not playing for that team.
Yeah.
You could trade me there. I'm not going to go play.
Yeah.
And we've seen that happen where then it's like, okay, well, that team's getting a player. And he does have, his contract expires not next year, but the year after. He could be like, I'm definitely not signing. And for those teams, they're like, well, I'm not giving up these for a guy that's going to bolt.
Yeah, but you would have still got more than first in AD, I feel like, right?
Oh, yeah. No, the value was awful.
Yeah.
It was great for the Lakers. I'm very thrilled by it still to this day.
Lakers Nation, though.
Good for the
best.
fans.
I'm a Lakers guy and a Raptors guy, but yeah,
Lakers.
So, yeah, let's go.
You just have to bring them up, eh?
What's your team
smart
again?
guy.
Knicks?
OKC.
Oh, okay. You're wearing a Knicks
And I've
shirt,
never seen you wear an
so-
OKC.
I like, you know what? I
That's
just wear
Knicks.
this because it's swag. It's cool.
Yeah, but she's OKC.
I'm OKC. I'm not necessarily
That's
a
a good
Knicks
team.
fan.
I like
just
OKC too.
think they're cool. They're
You
cool
were there.
team.
I have a
it's
St. Louis Cardinals t-shirt because I was there.
Yeah.
I get it.
OKC used to be our farm team back in the day, right?
The Barons.
We always had that when they used to have Russ and KD. I always be like, yeah, there's that connection with the AHL. Like that's our team. But yeah, I see what the love for Okie. That's probably what
Yes.
I'm
No,
saying.
it's because my dog Kobe. He's born there.
Oh, okay.
And
I shipped
all
him from there,
the
yeah.
guys that were Oilers that didn't have girlfriends just dated the Thunder's cheerleaders.
There you go. That's
yeah,
awesome.
it was great. And then what else? I saw Harden at one of the bars. He walked in with his like clique, the posse. He had like 10-person group with him, and he's wearing a very fancy cardigan, just like floating through the bar like he didn't care. Owned it.
That's awesome.
It was neat. It was cool. It's a very friendly place.
Yeah.
The population is very similar to here. It's just like 1.5 million total, like whole metro area. But here, you know, people live downtown, more central. Like there's nice communities, central Edmonton, obviously. There, it's everybody's in the burbs. They come in for the day, and it's a ghost town in the middle of the city. That's where it's a little bit different. But I enjoyed it. It was different. I drove to Dallas a lot. Enjoyed some weekends there.
Are they close, Dallas?
It's like Edmonton, Calgary.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
Didn't
awesome.
even realize that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. Texas is a lovely place, as crazy as it can be. A lot of fun there.
I have a bucket. Well, not a, yeah, bucket list. I guess to go to Austin to
You'd love it.
like to the show. Like
Austin is
what's his like the. It's off the top of my
South by Southwest?
no the comedy one. It's called the one Joe Rogan's his comedy, The Mothership. Yeah, The Mothership. So he does. He built like this cool like comedy. Like where all the like the best of the best comedians.
It's like
go
a
there.
festival?
No, it's like he basically
club.
comedy club that he moved. Like, he used to have like all over LA, and then he essentially made one in Austin, which is the middle of nowhere, and now it's become like the comedy central like of North America. Like all the comedians, like the up and comers,
Yeah.
they go live there
Yep.
because there's so many comedy clubs, including that one, and then they're trying to make like careers there. And that mothership is supposed to be a really good one because they have a bunch of shows there, like the Kill Tony show. I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah.
you
Is
guys
he
heard.
coming up here?
I mean, he might be.
Yeah, I think
Tony Hinchcliffe?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's part of Great Outdoor Comedy.
He is coming. That's
That's what
awesome.
it is,
He
yeah.
is. He is too funny. Like if you guys ever heard of, like if you're ever bored, watch a Kill Tony episode. But anyways, yeah, like it's on my list to go to Austin.
Austin, very artistic.
Yeah.
Wonderful city. It has everything.
Food.
Food,
Lots of food.
music, arts, comedy.
It's like young people. It's
You've been
different.
as well?
Yeah.
Apparently,
Nice.
it's supposed to be in. You've been to Austin?
Yeah,
And,
oh yeah. I spent like
Edmonton,
4 or 5 days there.
like an Edmonton.
It is
It's
like
almost
Edmonton.
like like they're
it's like a-
Edmonton, Austin are similar based off their like state provinces are similar too. Like
Okay.
they're kind of like there's the arts in there and there's all of
Yeah.
that.
It did remind me
Universities are
of
there.
E-Town though.
Austin to me is if you took Nashville and you took Portland and you smashed them together.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic
Yeah.
place. I loved it.
Yeah, it's on my list
Good,
for sure.
Good restaurants. They have
Lots of
they're-
bats. The bridge with the bats that come out
Oh,
every day.
really?
That was my
I
favorite
didn't
part.
know about
Yeah.
that. I thought you were
Actual
going to talk about
Yeah,
lots
so
of
at
baddies.
sunset-
There's a lot of
thank you.
baddies there.
Oh yeah. Well, I was there. You
No,
know.
thank
Okay,
you.
so-
Sexy place. Yeah.
Yeah, you stand on a
it's cool.
bridge, and like you'll see like locals or like tourists. They'll stand on this bridge, and then
Yeah.
exactly at this time of sunset, all these bats come flying out. I think 3 million bats or something
insane.
come flying from underneath the bridge. Yeah, it's incredible.
Wow. I did not know that, but it's a very, very cool city. I would say get there if you can. They have the F1 race.
Do they have golf there at all? Like, is there?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
There was an event
Absolutely.
that
You
used to
would
take place,
freak.
I think,
You
in the
would love
Austin
it.
area.
Okay, there you go.
The Dell Match Play, the WGC Dell Match Play when that was going. I think that was in Austin, Texas.
Interesting.
I
Thank
missed
you,
that tournament.
Krager.
It's like a hidden gem. Like people didn't really know about it, and then really didn't like that.
It's like young people and stuff
15
too.
years.
Yeah.
It's even so like now, like because of the mothership, it's in the last like 2 to 3 years. It's even gone. So it's
Yeah.
probably been more than 2 to 3 years. I'm assuming for you, or
I was there. Oh yeah, like 2013 or something.
yeah. So now if you go, it's probably even better because
I loved
of
it
that.
back then. I was
Yeah.
like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like it's liberal, I guess, more democratic than the rest of the state.
Well, it's art. It's
Yeah.
like there's colleges. There's
It's apparently
higher
flipped a bit too.
education.
It's actually flipped a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Well, they've had like a lot of people move from California to Austin in particular, and Texas and Nevada and Arizona. So
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say thanks, Krager. He's like Tommy's short shorts earned the hangout a thumbs up, thumb.
Traeger,
So
I'm
give
very.
us a like, you guys.
You like these Lulus?
Yeah.
They're very comfortable.
What were you gonna say, Preet?
Joe Rogan lives there.
Yeah, he moved there, and well, it's cool. It's just a really cool city.
Just the draft lottery results. I was gonna let you guys know quickly. It was Dallas. Oh, by the way, Giannis is gonna probably go to the Spurs. FYI,
Why do you say Spurs?
because that's the rumor.
San Antonio.
I've heard a
been
few
there.
different places. Miami also.
Miami
up there.
is in. Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
one of the
Miami's
things
in-
came up is you might want to go to a place with no state tax. That was one thing. But there is a history here, weirdly enough, of the Lakers.
Stop it.
I'm going to throw this out there. If you want, history repeats itself. Kareem wanted out of Milwaukee. Where did he go? Lakers. Wilt wanted out of Milwaukee. Where did he go?
Lakers.
There you go.
Okay. Dallas. So Mavs, Spurs, 76ers, Hornets, Jazz, Wizards, Pelicans, Nets, Raptors at 9th. Rockets, Blazers, Bulls, Hawks, and then Spurs again.
Wilt didn't want to leave. He wasn't Milwaukee. He was 76ers. But those big guys, they want to leave. They come to the Lakers. We get everyone.
Yeah. Also, OKC.
Yes, I use Lealer.
Oh, I heard it.
Can you explain to me why the line is minus 10.5 for OKC today? I understand they're at home, but those games have been very close.
I don't have an answer.
Am I the
no,
only
actually.
one watching?
I haven't watched a second of that series.
Okay.
I haven't watched it in a second.
You're trying to
of
get
that
Maddie's analysis quick here. Okay.
series. I honestly, I haven't watched a second of that series, so I don't know. I'm guessing that's just they're not. The Nuggets maybe have been overperforming, and they're expecting OKC to come back home and dominate.
All right, we'll see today.
It's your team.
I know.
Are you
The
just
only one
nervous on
watching.
them?
A little bit, man. I'm a little nervous. Usually not, but let's see.
I would like if the Knicks can't it's either Knicks or OKC. I want to win just because of SGA.
Yeah, SGA.
To have a Canadian win again,
Yeah.
if he can have the MVP and a title, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
From a Canadian perspective, go Canada, baby. you know?
Yeah, for sure. Joker scares me a bit. But man, Indy, Pacers are ripping it. They're really like what's it called? The dark horse?
So it'd be like, if it goes away, it goes to be Pacers, Knicks, basically, right? If
That's it right
if they
now.
finish the
You're
series.
looking Pacers, Knicks, and you're looking at winner of Thunder, Nuggets. I'll still say winner of taking on the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Were people mad at SGA when he came off the court after the loss and he was smiling? What came of that? I saw some stuff on it. I'm like, what's the problem here? He's the best player in the league.
So they lost, and he did not have a good game.
Okay.
He missed a bunch of free throws, and so the game loss was. They're kind of blaming SGA.
Sure.
Big smile at the end, and then he made a comeback the next game, and OKC won.
Because he knew.
Yeah, because he knew he needed to be better.
But people were giving him crap for
Yeah,
the
to be like, you
smile.
lost. Like, what are you smiling about?
I mean, I'll show you. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Man,
you had a
that's-
terrible game.
Yeah, when you're at the height of your game and you know you're gonna be bouncing back just fine, that's power, man.
That's what Stu did. Remember he was
That's
laughing,
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
laughing that one
Nicely
game.
done, bringing it back. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like the NBA, we talked in the past about what the NHL offices would want in the Stanley Cup final. I tell you, the NBA would hate Minnesota versus Pacers.
Exactly.
I was just thinking, like, what would be the worst one? Pacers versus Minnesota. When you could get the Knicks in it, you could get the
Yeah.
Celtics in it.
Yeah.
You could get the Nuggets back in it. You can get the Golden State Warriors in it. But if like Timberwolves versus Pacers coming to you,
Let's go.
They want. What would they want though? Like Knicks, probably Golden State somehow. Like Golden State. to
if
come
they
back.
had their dream of what's left, I think you would want the San Francisco market.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Golden State.
Oh, yes.
If you're now looking at Golden State's not coming back, I think you'd want Denver over OKC. OKC
Yes.
is a smaller market than Denver. I
Yeah.
think
Oh,
you'd
yeah.
want
Yeah.
Denver.
Absolutely.
You'd
People
want
like
them
Joker.
to come
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
back and then go up against the Knicks. But I honestly, I don't think they would care beyond the Knicks. If the Celtics are going to be knocked out, having the Knicks in it, and if the Knicks could win it, like when was the last time the Knicks won?
80s?
Yeah.
Was it the 80s?
I don't know.
No,
I feel like
think
it's
it was
longer.
You could see Knicks winning then, like based on the fact that like if it's rigged, like
Yeah.
the NBA would want the
1973?
Knicks to win. This would be like that would obviously help the NBA's rating.
The 70s, 1970, 1973. They only have 2 championships in their history.
Really?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Knicks
shocker.
are praised and talked about this iconic franchise when, for the most part, they actually haven't won. They are the Leafs in that sense.
Yeah, but the Leafs have 13 championships.
But they also did it against 6 teams.
That is
Well, with
correct.
6 teams.
Yeah, with 6 teams.
Against
They're only
5.
winning 2 rounds. They've never won more than 2 rounds.
But they haven't won since 73. Conference titles. Since then, they've only actually gone back to the NBA Finals twice.
Wow.
But
Crazy.
if they win, though, it'd be so huge and so massive.
What's the Play Alberta line on
The
Knicks
winners?
to win the championship?
It's a good question.
Like that little plug for you, Play Alberta.
That was well done.
Thank you.
You're on fire, Preet.
Gallo LLP.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Thank you for helping me this tax season.
Oh no, that's awesome. No, we're
Yeah. I hope
Basketball.
I filled out everything properly.
we're gonna have to have a
NBA
hangout at the office one day. You guys like remember the
Oh, yeah.
tour?
On
Yes.
vacation? We should do that.
Yeah, you should.
You guys have some cool stuff at that office.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was-
want to give it away.
Did you
but
go? Did you see it?
Yes.
The Sherwood Park one?
Yeah.
Unreal.
It was
beautiful.
Well, he's like, let's go take a look.
Yeah.
At the speakeasy. And I was like, what are you talking about? You cray. And then we went up there. I was like, this is awesome.
Love that.
That is cool.
OKC are the favorites to win it all, plus 105. The Knicks are second at plus 500. The Timberwolves are actually third at plus 550. Then Pacers at plus 900. That is that's the Play Alberta odds. They also have exact results. So OKC to beat the Knicks, OKC to beat the Pacers, OKC to beat the Cavs, Knicks to beat the Timberwolves, Timberwolves to beat the Knicks, Knicks to beat the Thunder, Thunder to beat the Celtics, Timberwolves to beat the Pacers, Cavs to like there's a whole bunch of those type of
Nice.
odds. I want the Knicks to beat the Nuggets plus 3,300.
Can you look at the Stanley Cup odds?
That would be cool for Stanley Cup too.
Let's see what that's looking like after yesterday,
Yeah.
right?
Oops, wrong button. Click the wrong button. Matt, don't be an idiot. Oh, right. Stanley Cup winner, the Oilers are the favorite, plus 275. The Hurricanes are plus 300, tied with Dallas. Florida's plus 400. Exact. The Oilers to exact revenge from 2006 is the favorite. Oilers to beat the Hurricanes, plus 750.
That would be cool. That would be part of the retribution tool,
Right?
there.
And all the
Oilers-
trauma and the
Yeah.
PTSD.
Oilers in 20 years, guys.
Yeah.
Still cry about it.
Oh my God.
Oilers to beat the Panthers is plus 1,000.
Nice.
Oilers to beat the Leafs is plus 1,800. Oilers to beat the Washington is plus 8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm gonna count out Washington right now for a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna count them out.
Count them out.
It is fascinating storylines if the Oilers get to the Stanley Cup final. You got
Legit.
rematch of 06, you got rematch from last year, you got this Battle of Canada.
Yeah.
Some really cool matchups that
is
would
true.
happen.
Yeah.
Who would you want over when the Oilers go to the Stanley Cup? Woo! Manifest. Would you want I guess Leafs. Would you want Carolina or Panthers?
Well, you're jumping right past Jets and
we're,
Stars.
I'm
Right
sorry.
past Jets and
Yeah.
Stars.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if we get
Okay.
past the Jets or Stars, if we get past Vegas as well, obviously, right? We have to get past those guys.
Good reminder.
Yeah. Be humble.
I think we
Hypothetically.
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 This is a what if scenario right now.
I don't know. I think we would have the best chance against Carolina. I feel like we match up well against them. Like four lines. Like they're gonna play 4 lines. We're gonna play 4 lines.
Yeah.
They don't have really anyone in the back end that's like a stud. They
Well,
have
Slavin would be
Slavin,
the
but he's
one,
not like
yeah.
an offensive. Like you're not
Yeah.
playing like, like so. I feel like we got him on the defensive side, and then Anderson. He's not the. I think we have a good chance against him. Toronto would be probably second best because they're going to be very like they're going to be coming in there like we came in or the Oilers came in. I'm going to say
Like
we.
less
I'd say.
experience.
I'm
You're
not in
allowed
the part
to.
of media. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
saying
yeah.
we.
You're fine.
So,
I,
like,
I
I-
gave you the green.
Yeah,
the green
thank you.
light.
So,
you got
like-
the pass.
Yeah, we last year we kind of came in. We were stunned. Like Florida was there, and then they obviously lost to Vegas, and then they came back and you could tell they were
kicked by Vegas.
yeah, they were more seasoned, and I feel like Toronto would just come in, they'd be like shell shocked. Plus their media, like I feel like they would be probably the second best chance for us. And then,
Sorry, I want to get to over-under for Play Alberta. Brought to you by Play Alberta, playalberta.ca. Download the app. Experience all the excitement of the casino in the palm of your hand. Download the Play Alberta app today. Deposit 20. Use the EST exclusive promo code 100casino for a $100 casino bet. Hatred of the Carolina Hurricanes. Do you have it? You have the hatred still of the Carolina Hurricanes, or under? You've let it go? Because Jared in the Nasty Chat says, I'd rather beat the Panthers. I don't care about the Canes anymore. Where are we at?
Selfishly,
Care about 06 at all?
yeah. Obviously.
I don't.
Both those are PTSD, I'm telling you.
Yeah, for you, they are?
Yes, they are.
So,
it's
yeah,
crazy, actually.
PTSD, over under, whether you have PTSD from the Hurricanes.
my PTSD.
Can't do it again.
I want the easiest chance for the Oilers to win. I think so that.
But do you care about 06? Like, if you saw Oilers Hurricanes, would you be like, yes, revenge for 06?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, because I still see Brendamore. If Brendamore wasn't on the bench, then I don't see it. But that's like that constant reminder of 06. Like every time I see him.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one. I stopped caring about the Hurricanes. Like, that one hurt me. I was a fan at the time. That one sucked. I stopped caring about that.
I would have
few
loved
years
to
ago.
be Florida, obviously, but that's going to be a tough battle. Like I always look at, I don't know how you guys look at teams, but the way I look at teams is how much advantage they took of the cap. And I feel like, because I'm a numbers guy, obviously, so I'm like, hey, that team has $8 more million on their payroll. So they're obviously a little bit better. So we have to play a little bit better to match that. So I always look at teams, and I feel like Florida had a good offseason. Didn't they put like someone on LTIR? They added Seth Jones.
Kachuk missed
The rest of the season.
Yeah.
from the Four Nations.
Was hurt,
Yeah.
because he did. But Duck, I think our Nasties are great. Over under 9.5 on the hate scale for the Canes. That's how I should do it, but 9.5.
Very good.
Yeah.
So I guess the over under for the Hurricane or for the Panthers, if it's 0 to 10, 0.95 over under. I think that's an easy over on the Panthers.
Oh, yeah.
And that's an easy over on the Leafs too.
How about this text?
Caps.
Sorry.
No, I said Caps. If you set the over under 9 for hate on the Caps.
Nobody hates the Caps.
In this market, there's more.
Not Carolina,
that
says
level.
this texter. I can't handle seeing Taylor Hall get a cup before Connor McDavid
Oh my God.
Very true.
Doug Waite got a cup in 06.
and Ray Whitney.
And if it's the Taylor, that would be history repeating itself type thing in an awful way for Oiler fans. There's your history repeating itself.
Doug
There's the
Waite.
former Oiler who comes back.
I remember, well, Doug is my favorite Oilers. So, and remember Braffy Torres absolutely blew him up, took him out of the series. I think it was like game 5 or something like that. And Doug, when he lifted the cup, he was in full uniform, but he could only lift it like on one arm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, poor guy.
You still
Great,
got to
he's a
lift
great
it.
guy. I love Doug Waite. They say never meet your heroes, but
Yeah,
he's the exception to that.
What's he up to now? Is he coaching anywhere?
He's
or-
working for the Sharks, like those former Oilers, Mike Greer, Dougie Waite. Well, Mike Greer is obviously the GM there, but I think Todd Marchand's on the staff now too. So it's kind of neat to see those Oilers from the 90s that are still buddies. Like I met David Oliver, who briefly played for the Oilers during that 90s run there. And he's like, oh, Doug, all those guys they still hang out and they still... And I'm like, yeah, they do. Like Ray Whitney and Doug Waite are really close friends too. So they're all there's a cluster of them in San Jose.
And Guerin was part of that. Like you said, I don't know if Guerin's still part of that clique, but like Bill Guerin
Oh, yeah.
and Doug Waite
Him and Doug Waite
were
were
like
best friends.
Yeah, they were
So-
our one. They were like our McDavid and Draisaitl this year. Our current.
Yeah, that was a trade that really sucked.
that was a fun couple of years though as an Oiler fan.
Joaquin was on that team.
Nice.
Yeah,
Did you see the Zach to the Future from Friday by any chance?
I listened to it, and he got the question that was so obvious wrong.
Yeah. The question was asked, name 2 goalies of the 90s,
Yeah.
for the Edmonton Oilers.
He
There's
went-
2 goalies that played in the 90s. And he got Bill Ranford right. But then he said
Absolutely.
Andy Moog, I think, was the other one.
Completely wrong.
And Joaquin Gage is sitting right there.
there.
And he's like, afterwards, like, I thought it was too obvious. Well, there's a reason. Like, if it is, like, go down swinging on that one. If you said Gager and you were wrong, it's better than not picking Gager when he's sitting right there.
Yeah, it would have been very impressive if Zach said something like Peter Ing, Fred Brathwaite, Mikhail Stalenkov, Dominic Roussel might have been after. Bob Essens, Peter Ing. Did I say Peter Ing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter Ing. Anyway, so if he had dropped one of those, or Pookie Reddick, that would have been hilarious.
Pokey Reddick. Good pull.
Yeah, thank you.
Did Cujo make that? Was he 90s?
Cujo would have been one of them, yeah. So, no,
Gager was sitting right there.
he was sitting right there.
This is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Canada Storage, experts more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transitions. Canadian storage provider, sentinel.ca. Reminder, we've got Lock Shop coming up in about 20 minutes' time. I think Huss is in Dallas.
He is in Dallas.
So Dusty and Huss. We've got 2 guys and a goalie today. We got EST Afternoons. We got the Reed Wilkins Show. Reminder, tomorrow also GCLT's Oilers Stream pregame show. Hudson's on White Ave. Connect with Hudson's if you want to book a table because that place is going to fill out. What's temp for tomorrow too? 20 degrees.
Low rain, I think, right?
30% chance of showers later in the afternoon, says Environment Canada. Risk of a thunderstorm in the afternoon, but a high of 20. And then during the night, there's some rain. So maybe the party won't take to the streets as much.
It wasn't that busy.
Mospit was quite quiet yesterday.
Yeah,
I will tell you that.
Fair enough.
There's
A little
been
chilly, a little rainy.
like the high school crowd, they can't go into the mosh pit, so they hang out in the pedway system. Clear. not a single one of them. I was like, good school night. Let me walk to the ice house.
Is it like 18 and over always?
Yeah,
Like,
it's licensed in
Good.
in the plaza.
I don't know about Fan House. Was that 18 plus 2?
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, they can pack 13,000 people into the fan park and the moss pit, and then they said the north side of is a new thing.
Yeah, well, last year they had Molson House on the north side and they had the outdoor fan
Yeah,
park.
right.
Now they moved the Molson House it's not Molson House. I don't know what is that, but it's the fan park.
Yeah.
Is more on the south part of it, and on the north side it looks like there's that north part of it. So the 13,000 doesn't include that.
It includes it.
Oh, it
It's
includes
with
the 2
moss
spot
pit
and both
yeah.
of them.
That's a lot of people.
Because I was trying to think on what night was it? Saturday night or something. How many people are trying to leave downtown at that moment? Because there's 18,000
it was
plus
insane.
Yeah,
that are in there. So now you're saying 13,000. I don't want to do my math.
It was insane.
Yeah.
It was all
Yeah.
like cars.
So you're 31,000. Then there's the other stragglers. Like there's a lot of people that are now just trying to leave.
Yeah.
Now you're going. Some people going by, or some people going to Ice House. But overall, there's over 30,000 people in that.
They had
in that
104th
area.
Ave closed off.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I was trying to get an Uber. Like, so I park at our other office just on 124th and Stony Plain.
Yeah.
And I just parked there, and I was like, I'll just take an Uber there instead of parking at the arena. Get there is $10. I'm like, perfect. Like, I'm ahead right now versus the parking. On the way back, I have like 3-year-old with me, and like it was like a 40-minute walk, and the Uber price was $40 because they surged. I was like, dude, it's like like a 5-minute drive, but it was like $40.
Get you a scooter.
Yeah, no, I walked. I kept walking until the price kept going down.
Yeah.
To where it's reasonable. I'm like, okay, $20. I can $20 is not bad.
Yeah.
Like, still sucks. I ended up breaking. Like, I think overall, I probably lost the whole.
That's such a dad move.
Yeah. Good job, Care, to just suck it
He
up.
sucked it up. He was kind of, but then he made me pick him up, so I started getting tired. I was like, I can't carry 30 pounds.
You got a workout in, and you save some bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Burn
exactly.
some calories.
That's
All
exactly
right.
how he justified it.
That's all you
And you
need to
didn't pay
do.
for parking.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're good.
Boom. Deal with that, City.
104th Ave is an absolute mess right now, by the way. Just a mess. They switched, like, they're paving, they're getting ready for LRT.
Oh,
And,
construction too.
Oh my God, they got the cones, and then you gotta like slip through, and you're like, I don't know where I'm going. Like, what's
I go north on 109th as quickly as possible now.
Yeah, I do that. I stay
And
on
then turn on. Yeah.
It's a mess.
I'm gonna just read this. So Prez in the nasty chat, he wrote, in the conference finals and Stanley Cup final, home ice advantage goes to the team that had the better regular season record, regardless of the team's final standing in their respective divisions. Oilers would have home ice over Canes and Panthers. Oilers had 48 wins, 101 points. Canes had 47 wins, 99 points.
Sick.
There
There you go.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
there was somebody pointed that out in one way, like it's late in the season. Like the Oilers got that last win against the Sharks. And something happened with the Hurricanes late in the season. I don't know if they got their last win, but there was the look of if these two teams meet, where would the playoff standings
That's
go?
wild. I love it. The thing is, selfishly, I'm sorry to Kachuk, who's in the nasty chat. I don't want to go back to Fort Lauderdale if I have to see the cup there. I do not. It is like not fun at all.
Fort Lauderdale?
You'd rather go
Yeah.
to Raleigh, North Carolina?
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't been there.
Yeah.
So I'd rather go to Raleigh. What?
Raleigh, North Carolina, just like Fort Lauderdale
start
and
with, like,
you're
two.
Miami versus.
Going to Grand Cache.
Yeah,
I've been
like
to Miami a few times. I want to see something different.
That's very selfish.
That is very selfish. Thank you.
I think it would be like travel. I don't think is great to Raleigh either.
No, it's awful.
Is it?
Yeah.
From Edmonton,
I mean, I went to Charleston. It was
and we don't even
fine.
have the direct flight to Atlanta anymore. They paused that.
No.
What? Excuse me.
They
Talking
paused
about
the direct flight to
Yeah.
Atlanta.
the Vegas guys. I was talking. Well, Jesse Granger came to the Ice House after. Ken Belkey's from Sinbin Vegas has been coming on the pregame show, and they were saying to come back for Game 6, if there is one, is like $1,000 one way on WestJet
From
Vegas.
oh yeah.
They said it's brutal.
brutal.
I'm
That
like, a two-way round trip should be like $350. We used to have so many nonstops. Like, what the hell's going on? They're like, I don't know, but like WestJet's just crushing it with their prices.
well,
and
they
it's the
know
only one.
They
Yeah.
know the Oilers schedule and the Oilers fans are travel well.
Yeah.
Right.
They said, well, Granger was saying that on his flight up here, it was 30 media members from Vegas and then just all Oilers fans, and all the flight attendants were wearing Oilers stuff.
30 members of the Vegas media.
And then like
How the hell do they have so much media?
yeah. Good
for
point.
them.
They travel well. And
Well,
then
good for
there's-
them.
And then there's like just others that have to come up here. I think maybe part of the broadcast.
Oh,
and
because
stuff
I'm
like
into
that.
like, damn, like we don't
yeah.
even have
Yeah.
that much media. Like, how much media did we send down? Like, it's
Oh.
And do they get the TNT buffet?
They do not. That is TNT and TNT. Though.
unless they're part of that broadcast crew.
The good thing with the TNT buffet thing is maybe like you get Charles and Shaq Hyman to come at it too, right? Just
One
saying,
day.
selling point.
Yeah.
Well, they're not up
How
here.
about Brendan Burke
But
and
what if
Catherine
they-
Tappan?
They like hockey. They like the Oilers.
Yeah, they're not going to
They were
move
there,
the inside the NBA to Edmonton just because
No,
there's the
but you know
Stanley
what I
Cup.
mean.
Like, they're going to stay in their Atlanta studios.
But Charles Barkley, for example, was at Game 7, right? So I'm just saying, kind of cool.
Yeah, but he got to go to. He had to fly to Miami, probably on a
Yeah,
private jet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Darren Pang was there yesterday too.
I don't think he's coming up to
For a
Edmonton.
buffet?
I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see Charles in Edmonton. I'm going to be a little skeptical on that one. The official drink of the EST Hangout, it is the Finnish long drink legend in 1952. A drink unlike any other sparkling refreshment. Real liquor, longdrink.com/Canada. Can enter your postal code. I almost knocked your head off on
Yeah,
that
you
one.
did.
Enter your postal code to find an establishment or a liquor store nearest you with the long drink in stock.
I got CFL stuff.
You have these long drinks in
Nice.
stock? I might try one
Was that?
later.
Oh, you
I
have it?
actually,
delicious.
we only have
Delicious.
that one left. It's warm.
Oh, it's warm now.
It's like just
I
like
need- yeah.
it's like a it's like a
It's
Soda.
I'll
it
go
tastes
to
like Fresca,
fresca.
Okay.
which is dangerous.
So it's a seltzer.
No. Well,
Yeah.
Kind of like that
Seltzer-esque?
category. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be in that more category. So it tastes like a seltzer. You don't even taste the gin.
it's better than
gin,
a
right?
seltzer. Yeah.
that gin?
Yeah, it's gin. I'm pretty sure.
What about the CFL?
Okay, so Gus had said this in the nasty chat, but then I just got a forward from my cousins. Snoop Dogg is headlining the 2025 concert kickoff for the BC Lions on June 7th.
Against the Elks.
I've been waiting for what Dolman was going to announce for that because there's been Imagine Dragons. There was 50 Cent.
Yeah, 50 Cent
50
that I
Cent was
went
last
for.
year. That was last
Yeah,
year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Snoop. Am I missing someone?
That's unreal. Like that's a
Yeah.
really good. That's Ace. Like what is it? A-star.
A-list.
A-list.
Yeah.
A-list.
But
Snoop Doggy Dog.
the CFL, its ownership group right now is the best it's ever been. Deep pockets, passionate about the league, want to promote it, pump it up, make it, on everyone's mind in a good way. This is huge. This is awesome.
Look, lower bowl nearly gone. Uppers moving fast. There
Good.
you go. Like the people like myself again who flew to Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's so one. I don't know if the lower bowl just started sold out today because of this or where it was. The flip side to that is you were there. How many people left after Jay-Z or 50 Cent?
I mean, I did.
And that's not good for the
But
league.
the Oilers game was on that day. It was playoffs.
Right, but that's the only thing about these cars because
Yeah.
Edmonton used to bring it. They brought in Flow Rider. They brought in those.
Yes.
But that was halftime. That wasn't before the game. So you had to stick around for at least a half of football.
Yeah. I mean, I stuck
If
around for
people
a bit.
show up
Yeah.
to the first game of the BC
Yeah.
Lions but leave before the game even kicks off, are you benefiting as a league?
Yes.
True. Let me just.
Because you're getting people to talk
pay-
about them, and some will stick
that's
around.
fair.
Yeah.
I would have stayed that whole game, and I did stay for a bit until the Oilers game was starting because it was a big
Then
game
you went to
against
the Black
Canucks.
Frog.
No, I like
the-
Black Frog
that's the
though.
Oilers bar,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, I ended up going to BP's, and then it was a lot of haters.
No
Well,
way.
Yeah.
that's shocking.
And then you took off your Oilers jersey and revealed your Canucks something.
Flip side is if you're in Edmonton, if the Canucks were on their run, you'd find a lot of Canuck haters here in our
for
bars,
sure.
right? So
Anyways, I don't know how they're relevant in this conversation talking about BC Lions, but yeah.
No, that's great.
Okay.
Honestly, that is a good thing.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it just means the game's gonna start late.
welcome to my world.
I know. I got mad at Imagine Dragons a few years ago because I think the game was supposed to start at, or the kickoff, or they say 8. I think kickoff was like 8:30.
Yeah.
Like, at least tell me, then say it's 8:30 for me. Like, I'm sitting here waiting to do the game to start because I got to do a post game show afterwards.
Ask Dusty. He's probably on the call. Let me check the schedule, actually. He could tell you when.
Yeah, but
the
it's
game
like
kicks
do it before.
Let's see who's on the call.
Have the game at 8, so I could be done and I could have my pregame show start at 11 instead of 12. I want more people listening. Preet,
Let's see.
Wait, may I?
before you get to that, if anyone wants help with like taxes, like Tommy and stuff,
Yeah.
what do you?
was awesome.
What could people come to get help from you, and how do they get reach you?
Yeah, no. So we're a local firm, all type of taxes, corporate and personal.
And that's Gallo LLP.
Yeah, it's Gallo LLP, exactly. We have offices in Sherwood Park if you want to avoid, the downtown parking and things like that. And our second office is in Edmonton on 124th Street, so right by the brewery district. So yeah, we're just a local. We're about 35 staff members, so mid-sized now. Love to help people, and we come from a background where we love to explain tax in a way that people understand. We're not trying to, confuse you with technical terms. So we just try to kind of say it in a way that everyone can understand tax.
I went to Preet this tax season. You were awesome.
Thank you, Tom.
And I will say this, like, my dad would stress me out because he would do my taxes. And he's like, I can't do them anymore. Go see that Preet guy. He was on the Hangout. I'm like, you know what? That's a great idea. And actually, you and I were talking after you on the Hangout.
Yeah.
And you're like, you should do this. You should do that. You have a small business and this, that. And I was like, okay. And then so I went to you and I was like, like Preet's a good guy, but I feel like intimidated, right? You were great. You were awesome.
Thank you.
It was a breeze. So thank you, Preet. I can vouch
appreciate
for
it.
it. He's great.
And how do people get in touch or get more info?
Yeah, so you could follow us on Instagram at gallo.llp.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Perfect. You had something you want to talk about before I wrap up here too.
Thank you, Maddie. So there is a gentleman named Arjun Atwal. He's the founder of AZ1 Hockey, and he is a nominee for the 2025 Willie O'Ree Community Award.
There's another guy. Look him up. His award. He's the first black player in the NHL. Great guy. Still very active.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And he is from Edmonton. The rest of the finalists, they're from Calgary, Ottawa, Minnesota, Chicago, and we got an Edmontonian in. He has a great initiative. It's really easy to vote. It's, I believe, NHL.com/O'Ree Award. I will have it on my IG as well. It's super easy. You just put your email in and you vote. So give our fellow Edmontonian Arjun Atwal a vote. And shout out to you, Arjun Atwal, for doing a good initiative in the community. Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me too on that. There's something for EST people need to go nominate us for.
Awesome.
Oh, right.
You remember this?
Yes.
There is a Community Votes Edmonton 2025, and we have been nominated as a Station of the Year.
Yes.
But we have to.
need
There's a
some
nomination period one right now, and then the top 10 voted nominees or something go to a final vote to determine the winner. If you go to EdmontonSportsTalk.com, at the very top it'll say "Go nominate." Or if you're on the mobile app, just click the 3 lines. A menu will drop down and says, click Go Nominate. It takes you to the page. Just scroll down to Edmonton Sports Talk. It says Nominate. Click it. It'll say Nominated. And you then nominated us. I've done it like every day. I think it like resets. So you can keep voting. So we're trying to get Edmonton Sports Talk as the sports radio station of the year in Edmonton with Community Votes Edmonton 2025.
Let's go.
Amazing.
Just go to EdmontonSportsTalk.com, click Go Nominate, and nominate EST. Thank you. Preet, it was they've had this experience before, but it was great having you on the Hangout.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it. Coming up next, it is the Lock Shop. We've got two guys and a goalie. EST Afternoons, Reed Wilkins Show. That's all to come here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Huss live in Dallas as Jets take on the Stars. Tommy will be at the Hudson's. On White tomorrow for the GCLD's Old Stream pre and post game show. Thanks for tuning into the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. On behalf of Jasmine, Preet, Tommy, I'm Matt. Again, Lock Shop coming up in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here, joining us today.